Alright, well, why don't you give us a quick recap, Ivor, of last time on Tabula
Absolutely.
Rasa?
So, last time we began the session in the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey space surrounding a long rest in the encampment in Issyk. We had there was a pretty rowdy night. It was fairly raucous. It was a good time. It was a nice opportunity to chill after all of our recent bullshit. We went to bed. Somebody went around the camp and did some things during that time. And then in the morning, we decided to investigate the church where we thought that the Shadarkai might have been at some point. We did find that they were there at some point, but they had not been there for a couple of days, which is consistent with the timeline surrounding us whooping on them down by the vaults. So finding that we did not find them, we were like, well, we're not quite prepared to go to the Shadowfell because we can't get back. So for now, let's pursue some other things that we need to take care of. So we went to the capital by means of a teleportation circle, which the professor was kind enough to elicit for us. We arrived in a little room with a circle on the ground, some bars around it, and a gentleman on the other side, an elf, I think, whose job it was to basically make sure that nobody fucky was coming in or out of the capital. And he asked us what we were doing there. We said, more or less, most of us said that we were acquainted with the professor and we were here to assist her with her research. He said, all right, yeah, cool, fair enough, come on in. We did. We went and hung out with Bebionda Havenheart for a good many hours that morning. We drank a little bit. We talked a lot of bit. We talked about tuning forks. We talked about art. We talked about Arcthane. Talked about all sorts of shit. She told us that we could get a tuning fork for the material plane relatively easily. She could probably procure that for us. But finding a tuning fork for the Shadowfell was going to be probably more complicated and probably less kosher. So we should consider exploring that via less kosher methods. And we said, okay, sure, yep, picking up what you're putting down. And then we then split off to do a few different things between us. A lot of people wanted to do research in the library, including the professor, Donnie, Bell Donnie. Betha went to the local chapter of the Church of Palor to investigate. I think it was the Shadowfell itself. While Theo went to the Artisans Guild to inquire about recipes and materials and that sort of thing. I went to the undercity part of the capital, where things are less official, and spoke to a lot of contacts from my time in art procurement, and most of them were like, yeah, I don't know about tuning forks, that's a tough sell. But I did hear a couple of rumors. One, that if there was anybody who was likely to have such a thing, it was probably going to be the blood hand, and if they didn't have it, they could probably get it. And perhaps equally as important, I learned that there are kind of rumors floating around about the situation at Issyk, and information regarding those events is in high demand. So we can likely parlay that information for what we need in terms of a tuning fork, or perhaps some other things as well. Um, Basically came to the conclusion that the blood hands was the way forward. Did not feel equipped myself to walk in there. Not being familiar with thieves' cant seemed pretty dumb. So I went back to the library where folks had been researching. Beldani was just wrapping up his own research. I said, hey, you want to go hang out with some criminals? And he was like, yep. So we went back to the blood hand. We went back to the alleys and over to what we believe to be was the blood hand front. Spoke to a guy there, greased his palms. He said, yep, come on in, you're from the Stygian order. Don't ask, don't tell. I was like, yep, cool, sounds good. They have some sort of dispel magic barrier there. I don't think it's actually an anti-magic field, because on the inside I was able to communicate with Tinder, at least in the back room that we ended up in. But definitely when we walked through it, my regular disguise dropped, and so did Beldani's disguise that he had just thrown up. So we went in, got a couple of drinks, talked to a couple of hooligans, and were quickly, I was going to say absconded. That's not the word. Quickly beset by a couple of guards who were lightly armed and armored, consistent with like a dexterous type, and bearing the iconography of the Bloodhands. And they're like, "Come with us," and we said, "Yeah, okay, sure." Went with them into a room that looked like a torture chamber or death room, and fucking half-naked man said, "I gotcha," and that's where we left off.
But Beldani knew him.
Yes.
Yep.
You have not met Neil before, but I have.
Are you muted, Lou?
Yes, I am. He had asked to speak to the rest of the group, I believe. If you
Yes.
could, if you could, or go ahead.
I was going to say, I think the rest of the group had just arrived or was on their way, because isn't that what you told your little imp friend to go do, was to fetch the rest of the group when we thought we were going to be under attack?
Yep, I said, well, I think when it looked like we were under attack, I told him to stand by for chaos, which I think has then become our catchphrase. But one thing that I would do after it looks like you are comfortable with the situation is communicate to Tinder and ask him if he wouldn't mind telling the others to head this way. We have made some progress on the matter of, well, we may be able to make some progress on the matter of a Shadowfell tuning fork.
He would say, I don't know if I can get into the Phoenix Guild through the front, but let me try and see if I can find them.
Very well.
Because I think he was with you the whole time.
He was, and I had gone to. So the Phoenix. Did we teleport right into the Phoenix Guild, or did we teleport
to the
somewhere else?
inside.
Yeah, so he would have been in there with me.
I guess you did go through the front door to leave. All right. So
Unless there's a reason why that wouldn't work, then I would be happy to go a different way.
So
Sneak out the back.
He says, "Yeah, I can try to get in there. I went in with you, so I assume they thought I was a familiar. I just don't know if they'll let me in myself, but let me try."
Oh, I was assuming that he remained invisible through the teleportation.
Oh yeah, no, he was, but I mean, he assumed that they could detect him because it's a magic place. Invisibility is like nothing to
Everybody
wizards.
has it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Okay.
So he assumed they had like things that were watching out for people trying to act shady. But anyway, he will try to go get them. Were you all at the Wizards Guild at this point? At the Phoenix Guild?
I think Datha was still at the temple. Donnie and I are in the library. Belle was
reading.
with Ivor,
some
and
reading.
Theo is at the Artisan's Guild. What time of day is it? Because we might have all sort of migrated on from there. I know that Ivor had come back to get Beldani, so I imagine it's toward the second part of the day.
It is. It is 5:00 in the evening at this point. So Ivor and Beldani are sort of in the warehouse district right now. The group in general is in the library in the Phoenix Guild. Theo, you went to the Artisans Guild, right?
Correct.
So you're down here. And Betha, I think, is over at the Church of Palor, which is over here.
And I know Bevianda said she was going to procure rooms for everyone in the area where my rooms are.
Sorry.
Theo,
visiting scholars or whatever. So
Yeah.
I would.
Didn't we procure everyone rooms near your aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Theo
just,
would have said he's boarding at the Artisans Guild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which
'Cause I
is
was gonna
fine.
say,
They'll,
we may have made plans to reconvene at supper time, so I'm just thinking maybe that would have been in my rooms, or probably not Belianda's rooms, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe in the evening. Alright, so let's see. Tinder is gonna try to do some stuff.
Ominous
So
phrases like that.
Shocking.
Zalia, you hear a message in your head that. Have you heard Tinder speak before? I don't know if you have. A strange little voice that says, Ivor and Beldani wish your presence in the warehouse district to the northeast of the Phoenix Guild.
Look around.
If you come outside, I can meet you.
I'm looking around. Do I see anything? Anyone?
No, it sounds to you like one of the messages you might send to someone, like something in your mind.
Okay. So I'm gonna look over and see what Donnie's up to.
Donnie, I assume, is probably reading, right?
Yup.
He's
So
looking-
actually,
he has his reading
go ahead.
glasses on. Oh no, go ahead. I was just being
Little
silly.
granny glasses.
Got some what's the X-Men Beast's real name?
Oh, shoot. What is his name? I
Hank?
should know this. Hank.
Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah, got some Hank vibes going on.
Licks
I like
his-
Beast.
Licks his finger and turns the page.
I imagine Donnie pulled out some spectacles none of us have seen before.
He doesn't actually need them. He just likes to wear them when he's reading.
So, I sent you a message, Lou, but Donnie would have been looking for a book on a particular person.
Is this an older message you sent?
No, I just sent it to you in.
Oh, in Roll20 Whisper. Okay,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
double check that.
So.
Everybody and their secrets.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
So again, it's fine. It's just something to think about, like whether or not he finds anything or not. But at some point, I want the two to collide with each other in some way.
Sure.
That's what I thought it was.
You probably wouldn't find anything just now, but I will keep that in mind.
Good to know.
I would imagine. What type of books were you looking through while you were doing research?
So they would have been histories. They would have been, histories basically, stories. Things of
You
that
had
nature.
good luck with
All
those,
right.
though, because the research that we're just finishing up is what we did last.
Yeah, but
Right.
this was a completely different subject matter. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it would have to be a totally different role and different setup than what me and you were successful at.
All right. So what do you all want to do?
So I'm going to look over and see how engrossed Donnie is, and say, Donnie,
Yes.
I'm scooching my chair a little closer. I just had a message. It seems as if Beldani
Can't you
and
see
I
I'm
will-
reading?
I can see that, and I'm very proud of you. But it seems as if Beldani and I are looking for presents. Are you almost wrapped up? We're going to come back tomorrow. I have lots of other things I want to look into.
Fine. Are they in trouble?
I don't know. It
They're
didn't seem.
usually in trouble, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are.
Fine, we can go save them like we always do.
I think we should swing by the Artisans Guild and the temple to see if we can locate. In fact, you know what? I believe I can just send a message. Just a minute.
Artisans Guild so they're like making finger paints.
Yes. Theo is finger painting
Making cheese.
himself armor. So I'm going to sort of duck into a stack so that I don't make a
Theo
big
does know how to make some fine cheese.
There you go.
nuisance of myself. I'm gonna quickly send a sending message. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait on that. Wait till we get outside and talk to the imp. Come along, Donnie. We'll just go this way. You know that little thing that Ivor carries around on his shoulder is talking to us. So I'd like to get a better sense of what's going on.
Yeah, I've seen that little devil shit, but let's go.
Alright,
All right.
so you head outside into the city proper. You look around, there are a bunch of people walking around. It's getting towards the end of the day, so people are kind of... well, actually, behind the Phoenix Guild is the kind of warehouse district, which actually there aren't too many people within right now. It's somewhat empty, which might be maybe a little bit uncomfortable to be in empty streets like this.
Do I see a nuisance of an imp? And remember, I have a special.
You would look around, and as you are, you would see down the street a little. Now, are you using detect invisibility?
No, I have special eyes now, Lou.
Can you link
But
those?
he's actually invisible though.
Okay, then no.
Wait, who are you trying to see?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody with Parkland.
So yeah, you're kind of looking around, maybe a little annoyed. Where is this guy? When you kind of hear something fly up near you, and a voice would whisper basically a couple of street names, and he would say, "Go northeast from here. You'll see them."
If it does get within 10 feet of them too, Donnie will see him.
Yeah.
Sure, Donnie, you would invisa detect something there.
Wait, what's going on? Are they in danger? Should we bring Betha and see it?
Not in danger per se, but they apparently have met an old friend who wishes to speak with you all. If you can get the other two, then that would be helpful.
Right. So I will send a sending to Betha and say, Betha, it appears Ivor and Baldani need our help. And I'll find the street names, which I think I can do in the last.
You're getting really quiet.
Yeah,
I missed the end of that. Yeah.
Sorry, I'll give them the street names, which I think I can do with last 15.
Okay.
And
So,
then I'll do the same with you.
alright, so you use the sending spell to get in touch with both of them. What do Theo and Betha want to do?
Betha would. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
She would probably, because I can respond, right?
Yes, you get one response.
Okay. So I'd grumble about, like, I don't know, something. She'd complain unnecessarily for some reason. She'd find a way and say that she's heading in that direction.
All right. And
Meet you there.
what about Theo?
If they're in danger, I'll come. Message me again. If not, I need to work through some things.
Because I'm assuming that this message came in after Betha had completed the research that she had been working on, right? That we already roleplayed?
Yeah, it's kind of evening at this point,
Okay.
so...
Then yeah.
You're mostly free now.
Wait. Theo would probably be midway through starting the first 8 hours of crafting if we've passed that much time from his original getting there and buying adamantine.
Oh, did we start the crafting?
Well, we stopped with what I was doing because we needed to do some math real quick and did other people's stuff. Still like an hour or so back in the past.
Yeah, we were kind of taking turns saying what we had done with our day, but if it's evening
the whole
now,
day.
then Theo would have had quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
You were working on that armor you wanted to craft, right?
Yeah, it's going to take him 4 days. That's why he's reluctant to go anywhere.
3.5 days. There's also, that's 8 hours of the day. Also 8 hours of research / trying to network with the other crafters here to talk to one of the head honchos because very important reasons, and then 8 hours for sleep.
And
I have the math of my entirety.
What item were you making?
First
Refresh
one's
myself.
adamantine plate mail.
Okay.
He's taken his chainmail that he had and the adamantine he bought last session and finally making what he wanted to make.
right.
But he is sending a message up to one of the higher ups, as high up as he can possibly get in contact with, being like, "Hey, I've developed technique to where I can make adamantine plate mail in 3.5 days. You need to come see this." Trying to reach out and hear something interesting. I do have more that I need to talk to you about.
All right, and this was I gave you the price and everything on this, right?
Yes.
We paid it last week.
We paid that, and the only other odd one of the spell components / ingredients that we wanted to get from last session was a ruby vial. Is that something Theo actually has to make, or would the Artisan's Guild actually have that?
Which spell was that?
I'm not sure the spell, it's just one of his party members has requested a component.
It's just a ruby. I don't think it was a
No, ruby vial. We already have the
I don't
ruby.
remember that. What's that for?
Yeah, what spell would that be for? I can look it up.
Send a whisper.
Oh, maybe it is a spell.
Yeah, you can whisper me if you want.
The whisper won't be from me because I genuinely do not know what spell it's for.
Oh, all right. This is like secret.
Ah, yeah.
Secrets.
Secrets.
Quick Google search.
I can
let me know.
David. See, I don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not Googling for the whole, trying to make sure the character also doesn't have knowledge and stuff.
Oh, I see. So he just asked you for something, but didn't tell you
to
what
pick
it was
me.
for.
Yes.
I see.
Theo was asked in character to pick up something, and he's going to pick it up. And he knows better than to push on that because he plans on pushing on other subjects.
And you're getting some ivory too.
That's already bought. That's part of
that.
Yeah.
The ruby. So, yeah, no, you could probably just buy that from someone. And
That's what I thought.
Whisper
wanted to make
you
sure.
the price since we're all being secret.
We had gotten the price of it because we have a 10% discount on things.
Yeah. Oh, did I give you the price already?
Well, with the cost of the vial, or how much are you going to put on top?
I mean, I was just gonna do the price that it mentions here, probably with the 10%.
Yeah, I have that done in the math. I was just making sure I didn't need to add some more to the overall price we had.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So that would be book price minus 10%.
Okay. 4,410 gold spent on ingredients and components so far.
All right, and just to double check, who are you sending a message to in the guild?
Trying to, I don't know names, but trying to reach up to one of the highest up people possible.
All right, and telling him that you can craft quicker? Is that what you're telling him?
I have developed ways to produce magic items in a quicker fashion, and I have knowledge that could help the Artisan's Guild as a whole greatly.
No, this is your artificer ability you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's so the thread he's trying to follow with that bit is showing off to the other artisans that his train of thought has actually paid off, and trying to get it out there so he can possibly get students. And he's also trying to get somebody to come down to talk to about how he's found trains and stuff. Potentially they could.
So that would probably interest them a lot, the trains. The actual, like, your ability to craft quicker as an artificer is something that other artificers can do. Now, there aren't a lot of artificers. It's like any character class, like, it's somewhat rare, especially at higher levels. But you do believe that, like, the dwarven architectures and especially the trains would be something that the guild would be very interested in.
If Theo knows a higher ranked artificer here specifically, he would reach out to them. But if not, then just somebody high up?
So yeah, I don't think unless you have a contact in your backstory that you know anyone too high up. You probably know people kind of around your levelish and lower. But sure, we could say you're trying to get in touch with someone higher up to speak with them. That's fine.
Awesome. But Theo, he told Z if there's actual danger, send another message. He'll come. If not, he's busy, and that's what he's working on. That and crafting the armor, cause I can't wait.
All right, so
I am
you're
not sending another message. I can recognize the tone in his voice.
yeah, he's not showing up. All right, so he's Theo's kind of in the forge and the Arcana labs at the Artificers Guild right now. He's probably busy working on his new project.
Yeah, 8 hours crafting, 8 hours research.
So I guess Donnie and Zalia, are you gonna wait for Betha, or are you just gonna head over there?
No, we gave her the address, so we'd just be meeting her there.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she was on her way.
So you get to the address, and it seems like it is a warehouse, much like all the other warehouses in this area. You don't see anyone around. The door looks like it's locked, probably barred up.
Is the area like commercial district that's like well kept, or like run down and shady, or?
It's a bit run down. It doesn't seem super dangerous, but maybe a little shady. You've mostly seen figures kind of sitting in the street, a couple of groups of people talking, maybe like a couple of kids hanging out and being tough.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to the door that's locked and very primly give a knock, knock, knock.
You pull on the door, but it does not budge, and a voice whispers to you around the back.
Donnie, did you hear that around the back?
So going around the back of this place, there's kind of a small stone wall around like a backyard with a bunch of crates piled up in it, almost like a junkyard type area. If you walk in a little ways, you would hear voices that sound like they're nearby, but you don't see them. They might be behind some of the junk. Do you want to go take a look?
Hello?
Can I assume that I walked up when she was knocking and have joined them?
You're probably a little ways off because you had to go around the city. But
right,
you're on your way, unless you have like a quicker way of transversing the terrain.
I mean, can I like flag a litter down to like
flag a what?
A litter, or what's the little like taxi people, the manpower taxi?
Rickshaw.
Yes.
Rickshaw. They probably wouldn't have rickshaws. Maybe
what is the transportation in this city, or is it just like if people own their own stuff? Then
so there are carriages, like horse-drawn carriages that are bringing people around.
That's too stuffy.
That is a bit stuffy, and plus you're not sure how you even hire them because most of them seem to have people in them already. So yeah, Betha's probably just walking for now.
All right, that's fine.
All right, so back to Donnie and Zalia. Yeah, you hear some voices nearby. And Betha, Zalia, you said hello, like you reached out.
Yeah.
So the voices go quiet, and you hear a response, get out of here.
We were invited.
Who are you?
Donnie.
Who the fuck is Donnie?
Can you come out and show yourselves?
So you hear some footsteps, and 3 individuals walk out from behind some of the boxes. They kind of give you a funny look. Say, those robes, that sword. You guys aren't from around here, are you?
Well spotted. Do they look familiar at all? Like, they wearing insignia, blood-handed?
No insignias on them. They look like just some I don't want to say villagers, but city dwellers. They are armed, so they have short swords and daggers at their side, crossbow on their backs, looking a little bit annoyed at you. They don't seem to have
Okay.
armor on, though. Maybe also a little bit intimidated by how big this orc is.
Are you affiliated with this place of business?
Who wants to know?
I do, Professor
Donnie?
Talia Havenheart and Donnie.
Are you? He says something to you in what you think is common, but it doesn't make any sense to you.
I don't understand what you're
That's a deep
saying,
scan.
so I'm going to ignore it and ask again. Have you any affiliation with this business? We've been asked to meet someone here, and it would be lovely if you could let us in.
Looks to the other guy. Azalea, give me a persuasion check. Now I'm assuming.
Okay.
Just real quick, Ivor, did you tell Neil that you sent them the message to come here?
I did.
Oh, okay. That might change things a bit. Go ahead, give me a persuasion check.
I did. It's
Useful if
13.
asking for
A
Neil
whopping
might have
13, I
been
might add.
13.
I was gonna say that's pretty good
Whopping.
for the
It's
professor.
not bad for me. Yeah, not really very convincing.
So, two of the guys start talking to each other. Again, you have no idea what they're saying. One of them shrugs and says, who are you looking for?
That's a very good question. Um, uh, our friends. Look at Donnie.
Does your friend have a name?
Our friends. Yes. Well, I'll remember that Beldani frequently just introduces himself by his real name. So, Beldani Star and Company.
He says, yeah, I think that's right. All right. Yeah, come on, come in. Watch your step, junk everywhere. So he leads you around, kind of between some of the junk, and you see like a basement type storm door that he opens up, and he says, "Down the stairs. Just tell him what you told me. Who you're looking for."
Right. Thank you. You've been very helpful. I shall mention this to your superior.
Yeah, sure. All right, so you guys head down the stairs. There's almost instantly a very smoky smell that comes up, kind of wafts up a bit. Sounds very quiet. You don't hear any noise, but when you get to the bottom of the stairs, there is a really big dude sitting there playing cards with a smaller dude. The big dude kind of looks up at you and says, who are you here to see?
We are looking for Beldani Starfire and Company.
Oh, I think those are Neil's friends, the other guy says.
Neil?
Yeah, go through the door there. I think they're expecting you.
Oh, that's that pansy ass who can't arm wrestle, right?
I think it might be. Oh, I don't know very many Neils. Do you want to open the door, Donnie?
Sure, smash it.
Oh, I'll turn around and say, we're expecting another member of the to join us. If you could keep an eye open for her, she's a rascal-looking half-thing woman.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks so much.
Alright, so you open the door, and almost immediately it goes from no sound to lots of sound, as if there's some kind of enchantment that was broken. You see a large kind of hangout speakeasy type area with kind of people smoking, laughing, drinking, lots of people at tables talking to each other. Looks like some kind of underground hangout or something like that. Towards the back, you would see Neil sitting with Ivor and Beldani. Looks like they are kind of in the middle of a discussion. Neil is laughing. I don't know if either of them are laughing, but it looks like he would kind of look up and give you a wave and kind of motion for you two to come over.
Did we establish if he was or was not wearing a shirt?
Oh no, he's not wearing a shirt.
He never wears a shirt.
If he's
So
not,
I
if he's
recognize
wearing
him
a shirt,
immediately.
it's not really Neil.
Yeah.
Oh, look who it is.
He says, hey, come on over.
Oh, come on over.
As we get over there, I say something to the effect of, "Oh, man, you kind of complicated it. If you wanted just a rematch, all you had to do was show up sometime, man."
What? Rematch? Oh, right, the arm wrestling thing. No, I just wanted to see what you all were up to. I heard you were in town. Well, when I saw Beldani, I knew you were in town, but how's everything been?
So Beldani and I were both here at this table as well.
Yeah, you'd see Beldani sitting there along with Ivor, who I'm not sure how entertained they look, but they've just been hanging out with Neil for like that past half hour or so talking. You see there's food there and drink, and yeah.
Sounds slightly tedious, but okay.
Neil's a good host.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
He says, yeah, it was good to hear that the Misfits were in town. I didn't think you guys would come this far east.
we changed our name, actually.
Oh.
I had some very important reading to do, so why'd you distract me from it?
He's like, that's a good one. But seriously, it's good to see you all.
It's lovely to see all of you, Neil.
He says, isn't it though? I do have you all to thank for my current good fortune. We made quite a bit of money off that vault hall. So I thought maybe I'd buy you some drinks and see what you all were up to.
So I'm going to give Ivor and Beldani kind of a sideline look, as in, like, did we get what we want? What's this all about? What's all this, then? Just, yeah.
Well, you notice that Beldani is sitting very close to Neil, like, and flirting in a way that you have never seen him flirt before.
I have seen him
So,
dance, though, and I feel like there
just-
may be some parallels there.
Laughing a little too much.
Does he look maybe a little bit drunk?
Beldani's definitely a little tipsy.
All right.
Is he, or is he acting? I'm just curious.
Hot shirtless guy, time to get tipsy and have fun.
He thinks he's acting.
Nice.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Alright, so I'll say Betha, you probably arrive about maybe 20 minutes later. You would find the group all there hanging out, probably eating, drinking. Neil's kind of talking to you all about old times and what you've all been up to. Are you going to tell him about Isaac afterwards and the factions and everything?
I mean, a lot of it's kind of already known, like general gossip, I would think.
Well, I think
there's
Well,
whispers,
like
but
all the fat. I mean, like
So
everyone's showing up in Isaac, like they know what's going on there. So I just,
Well,
I mean,
the only thing
it's
that was
only-
really said is it's not as dangerous.
The
Yeah.
powers that be certainly know that there are things in Isaac. Apart from that, like the average Joe Schmo doesn't know shit. That's why
Oh,
information
okay.
about Isaac is so valuable right now.
yeah, I mean, it's also on the other side of the country, so like there are rumors coming in, but I mean, it's not like Neil is very much in the know.
gotcha.
He hasn't been there in a while. So he says, do you want to tell him about your story and what's going on there if he asks?
If he
Any
asks,
details? Yeah.
if he asks, I'll say, well, it's funny that you should ask. We do know actually a great deal about Isaac, but I also gather that information about Isaac is in high demand these days, and I was wondering if perhaps we could leverage our knowledge for some assistance from you and your friends.
Nothing gets by you. Yeah, sure. What do you all need help with?
Specifically, we are in the market for a tuning fork attuned to the Shadowfell. I'm told that you may have one, or if you don't, you might know where we can find one.
A tuning fork.
Quite
Sounds like some kind of magic thing. I don't know someone selling a tuning fork attuned to what did you say, the Shadowfell?
That is correct.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, but I do know people who probably do. I'm kind of surprised. I thought you were some kind of professor, Zalia. Don't you have friends in the
Oh, is
college
this
who can?
conversation happening now, or was it in the time before we arrived?
This is
No.
happening now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He waited for you all to get there before he started asking questions about, about what was going on. He was just sort of
That's the thing.
bullshitting with Beldani and Ivor before that.
But it's rather unusual magic, as I understand it. I'm going to look over at Beldani because I can tell that he's sort of
Flirting with me a little bit.
invested.
Well,
I'll tune your fork.
Whoa.
you see, Neil, I'm really hoping to travel to my place of birth. There's a number of things I'm looking to find there, although there may be a few things I'm looking to find here as well, and I'll just sort of brush his hair away from his face a little bit.
Aw.
Give me a
My
persuasion
eyebrow is going
check.
to go way up.
Oh no.
So
I've been there.
I've been there. All right, so you maybe you kind of flirt a bit. He kind of nods and says, "Well, as I said, I don't exactly know about buying this tuning fork, but as I said, I do know someone who might be able to help. In fact, she is a lot like you are," he says to you, Beldani. "I think she is also from that Shadowfell place.
Oh.
I would guess that she probably has one, if she's come to this world, although I don't know for sure. She also has a lot of other kind of magical trinkets that she sometimes deals in. But
Anyone who might have a line on that sort of thing would be helpful. I don't know that someone who's come from there is going to want to part with theirs, but it's rather common in planar travel, but of course planar travel isn't very common.
says, "Nope, I don't know much about it. But it's probably going to take some time for me to get the meeting set up. If you're interested, I can send my people out to go look for her. But I would like to kind of know a bit about what's going on with you all in the meantime, if you don't mind talking a little bit about Isaac."
I'm gonna look over to Ivor for this one.
I don't mind talking about Isaac at all, and I think that you've certainly... Well, does he seem like he's being as forthcoming as he can be with information about tuning forks, etc.?
Give me an insight check. I mean, you don't detect like he's trying to rip you off or anything.
I got the same roll with a +9. Gotta love that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you don't figure him to just. He seems
He's not
friendly.
like, keeping anything from you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, I'll continue on. I'll say, it certainly seems like you've done your part to try to assist us, and if you would be willing to set up such a meeting, that would be quite advantageous. So yes, I'd be happy to share with you a great many things about Isaac.
What is this fellow Shatterkai's name? I'm curious.
You know, I'm not sure. She's not a friend to me directly. Some of my people know her. She came by, what was it, maybe a couple of weeks ago, trying to look for things in our black market. So I guess they talked to her and found out a bit about her, that she was from some other plane or place, and I just kind of took note of it. And when you mentioned wanting to go there, it made me remember her.
Well, yes, if you could set up a meeting, I think we'll be in town for a little while. There are some things that we want to get done here.
Says, "Oh yeah, for sure. I can probably get it within the next day or so." We just have to find where she is. Hopefully she's still here. But
Something else I'm looking for, and maybe you would... This is more up your alley. I'm looking for a substance that I can apply to a blowgun needle to knock someone unconscious.
Ooh.
Oh, poisons? Yeah, we can get you poisons. That's easy.
Nothing deadly, mind you, just something to incapacitate.
Sounds like a drow poison. Are you familiar with the application and use of poisons?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
Yes, he is.
And he nods and says, "Yeah, I think we have some drow stuff somewhere. I'll take a look." Now, is there a specific book poison you were looking to buy that has a price?
I was actually looking at the drow poison, although I was looking for something that was more reliable at knocking someone unconscious. So it would be basically drow poison, but more expensive because it would be a higher DC.
More than the 200 gold pieces?
Yeah, because I think drow poison for 200 gold, it's like a DC of 13.
Yeah.
And they only fall unconscious if they fail to save by 5 or more.
He says, I can see what we have. Some of our alchemists might have something more potent. Drow poison's says that's the common thing we usually sell, but we might have something more more potent for you.
That would be excellent, Neil. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. So are you being obvious with your flirting to him?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if the professor notices, then...
It's true. I'm notoriously oblivious.
All right. So as time is passing, it's getting later. A couple other people are coming in here. How much are you just telling him everything about your adventures in Issyk and what's going on there? Like with the vampires and the Shatterkai going in the vault and the the council to make peace. Like you talking about all of that?
Would we?
I would definitely mention the Shatterkai in the vault.
Or I guess, is there anything you're leaving out? Might be a better question.
I would not be mentioning anything about devils.
Okay. Well, that
Yeah,
was under Char, but
Oh yeah. He just wants to know about Issyk. Yep.
I mean, I think we tell him anything that was sort of common knowledge there. So anything that happened at the summit, anything that was like the knowledge of more than one party in Issyk, that seems fair, right?
yeah, and I would definitely, because I'm, talking a little more than I should, I would definitely mention the Shatterkai and the, but I wouldn't mention Arden Relic's name.
okay, just that they were below the city. What about the vampires?
Oh, I probably would mention the vampires because I probably would get into a tear of how I wanted to wipe them out, and my hand was stayed by the rest of the party.
And finally, what about Elodie
Hmm.
and the ghoul hordes?
I'm not going to mention anything about Elodie unless the professor brings her up, and I'm sure the professor is not going to bring her up. So,
Okay, so you don't mention Elodie or the ghoul hordes. So he's
Alhoon
listening.
still technically being around, just pushed down deeper.
Yeah. So yeah, he's listening. He's kind of fascinated. He says, "Oh, you met Azali's Avengers, so they're over there now. Interesting. thought they were
Legends
still
in their own minds.
Oh, they're actually somewhat well known around here anyway.
Yes, I
But
seem to know it.
But yeah, they that's interesting. They're over there now. I had a run-in with one of them a little while ago, actually. In any case, this was all very insightful. Thank you. Give me another persuasion check, Beldani.
All right. I think I'll use inspiration this time.
I wish I was there for guidance and flash of genius.
Start casting spells in the middle of the place.
Neil asks what's going on. It's an aphrodisiac. Shush.
It's not suspicious.
That flash of genius would be the literal
Oh.
definition of wingman.
Yeah. Hey. So 13.
13.
So as you all kind of eat and drink and hang out a bit, Neil would say, well, I will definitely get back to you about the Shatter Kai woman. Where are you all right now? Like, where are you staying in the city?
You can reach us at the tower, at the university tower.
All right. Can I send messages there? I've never sent a message to the university.
Yes, of course, we've got porters. Just bring a message to the gate. They'll tell them that it's for Professor Zalia Havenheart, and they'll run it right out to me.
Oh.
Well, truth be told, I think there might be. I think you may bring yourself unwanted attention if you do such a thing. I'm not sure what the dynamic there is. Neil, is there a place in the warehouse quarters that I could perhaps get a room, and perhaps you could reach me there, and I could deliver a message on your behalf?
Yeah. I mean, we have a couple of rooms down here. If you're looking to stay here, we could arrange that for certain. But
Actually,
yeah.
that seems fair enough. I would much rather stay here than stay elsewhere in the district. At least here I know what it is that I'm dealing with.
All right. Yeah, we can set up a room for you.
Very well.
Aren't you missing one of your people? I feel like there was more of you.
Yes, Auntie was on her way.
Oh no, she's
Oh,
here.
no,
Baith
I'm
is here at
here.
this point.
I think he means Theo.
Oh, he's busy tinkering away at something.
He wouldn't know about Theo.
It's
He
like-
would have known Gildas.
Wasn't there like a big furry guy that was traveling with you?
Oh, two
Oh.
actually, yes, and a man with tentacles, Franz. Yes, they've moved on from us for the time being.
I see.
Didn't you also tell me about quite a dashing monk?
I don't remember that guy, he says.
If you're talking about Gildas, that's actually another reason why we're hoping to head to the Shadowfell. He may be there already.
It's that, or he's at the first city.
Yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, I'll look into finding this lady for you. Hey, Donnie, I know you want to arm wrestle me, so you want to just do it? I'm fine with it.
I already beat you. Why do I need to beat you again?
I don't know, you seem like you like to arm wrestle. I just thought I'd offer.
I don't know. We've talked a lot for not a lot of needing to come here. You kind of interrupted me from my reading. I like to read, too. But okay, I'll beat you.
Oh, Donnie. Alright, let's do this. So he's gonna do a athletics versus your athletics.
And I will rage.
Alright.
Why not?
He
I believe gives me advantage.
Yeah, so
Does
you
it?
would definitely beat him the first time.
Yep.
He curses and says, alright, let's do that. Best 2 out of 3.
Sure, and not raging the second time because it would have worn off in 6 seconds.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Ooh.
Alright, so you
Jesus.
would beat him the second time. He says, I know when I'm beat.
Kinda
You win this
smash it
round.
on the table. I hurt the table. Did I hurt the table? Is your arm okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I can take it.
Neil,
Yeah, there's a little indent in the table. Did I do that? I think I did that.
Yeah, you probably did that.
Yeah, I did that. You know that's our new name, right? The Table Smasher.
I knew that was coming.
He says, I thought it was, didn't she say it was Tabula something?
Tabula Rasa, that's
Yeah.
correct. There's a little bit of an asterisk for Donnie.
And Tabula Rasa, and what is it, Zalia?
And the Table Smasher.
See, she said it, not me.
Seems like a long name. But
It is rather long, so we don't usually go with the whole thing. Listen, Neil, do you hear anything from Cithril?
No, actually, she's kind of on bad terms with the guild right now. I haven't seen her in a while. She fled
Right.
north.
Fled?
Yeah.
Where to the north?
I'm not sure. We went our separate ways. She was pretty convinced the Blood Hand would be unhappy with some of her actions, and they actually kind of were. I was, for a while there, I was worried I might get the axe, literally. But no, they forgave me, and I gave them the information about what happened, and I'm on good terms with the guild again. But she is, she is not. So she's up north somewhere in hiding. I would guess the Dwarven Empire, if I had to guess. Maybe one of the northern cities that doesn't have guild presence. I don't know.
I love that woman.
That's, perhaps we shall run into her again, after all.
Yeah, if you do, tell her I said hi, and sorry I ratted her out. But, she kind of knew that was coming if I went back here. So. Go ahead.
I'm gonna kind of, as its conversation resumes or whatever, I'm gonna kind of get closer to Baldani and Ivor and say, do you think it would be wise if Baldani were to stay with you, Ivor? I'm nervous to have you here alone with this type of crowd.
It certainly wouldn't hurt, but I don't believe it's necessary. Typically, you're only at risk in these environments if you aren't friendly. But it seems that you all are, at the very least, friendly with Neil.
Yes, I suppose you could call it that. Then I'm going to lean in a little more just to Ivor and say, I'm not sure Baldani's going to leave is the thing. So, do you think you could just keep an eye on him?
Certainly can.
Alright then.
Alright, so you would, are you taking your leave now, Zalia and
I'm planning to
Betha?
go back and do some more research. I don't know, Donnie, if you want to rejoin me. I'm going to try to get a few more hours of research in tonight and then start fresh and early in the morning.
Sure.
Alright.
I got books to find.
He's got books to find. Alright, so Donnie, Zalia, Betha, are you heading out as well?
Yeah, I'll go with Donnie and Zalia.
Alright. You never were the biggest fan of Neil anyway. So you head out. Baldani, you're hanging out here a bit. Are you just going back home at this point, Betha? Like back to the or wait, you were staying at the church now, right? Is that what you said?
No. She just visited the church today. She's staying in Bevionda's apartments, right?
Theo's the only one not staying with the group.
All right.
Well, was the only one now.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right. So
and on the way back, I would like to ask, Auntie, what were you able to find at the temple?
First off, I am tired of walking. Enough with this. And she's gonna conjure animals and get us 3 ponies or something for us to.
Give me a bear.
Okay, actually, yeah.
Just imagining Donnie riding a little pony.
I was thinking more like what she would need in the city, but you're right. Because Donnie's with us, she would do brown bears.
Bears.
So you summon,
and they're very.
You summon a bunch of bears in the middle of the district here.
As the Avenger said we could.
A couple of kids are like, "Oh shit!" and they just run away as they see these huge bears.
Hold on, you can pet them. They're friendly.
Yeah, the bears are very well behaved, growling and everything. All right, but yes, on the ride back, I would provide Zalia with a little bit of parchment that's been kind of rolled up and tied, and kind of a little bit pleased with myself, here's what I found. And she'll kind of give you a moment to open it.
Okay, I'll unroll it.
And I assume she has, typical doctor's handwriting that's like completely illegible. These are the heroes that were involved when Guyvok was sealed away previously.
Being an archaeologist, I'm skilled in paleography, so I probably can find my way through that. Yeah.
Very good. But yeah, so she seems, a little bit pleased with herself, but she's like, basically, here's a lead,
Okay.
possibly on
Oh,
finding
very
out how they managed to. So that's what I will continue to try to research, I think, in the coming days.
Yes, I think I can point you to some books that might be helpful here.
So you remember also that because the dwarves were mainly involved in it, the old dwarven empire, that the dwarven cities in the mountains might have some more information.
So we may or may not find a lot on here.
Everything's important
Are
dwarf.
do these names seem dwarven, or does it seem like a mix?
So the writing was translated, but when you were reading, it seemed like a lot of the stories came from the old. I have the name here. I should use.
Well, I guess I meant you said that I found the list of the actual names of the people that were involved.
Yeah. So
yeah, we knew one of them.
So,
I wrote it down in my note.
Yeah,
okay.
this was during the Therian Empire during the 12th cycle. The stories that were recorded at the Church of Palor were translated, but if you read through the notes, it would say that this came from older scripts that were discovered still intact in some of the ruins of just some of the places dug up after the reemergence, as well as stories passed on while in the deep underground during the cataclysms. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that the Therian Empire survivors kind of became the Drogoth Empire, which is it became a couple of different factions, but one of them was the Drogoth Empire, which is the northern empire within the mountains.
All right. So I believe that this was translated from Dwarven, and the list of names, I guess I was wondering if the names sound Dwarven, or if I think that there was humans and others involved as well. Just I didn't know if we would know that based on the name.
You had given us one of the names, but I couldn't find it in my notes. It was like Vodron or something like that. It was a paladin.
Yeah. Did I actually name him? Let me double check.
You did, because...
let's see. Is it in my last week notes? Did I not make a character for him? Let's see.
You at the very end of the session, you said that you had this name and you couldn't remember what it was, and then you remembered because I had gone back to listen to it.
I don't think you revealed a character sheet, if that's what you mean.
Did I reveal a name?
Yeah.
You gave us a name.
I have the Stygian Order, which was who they were posing as.
No, it was like...
Vadrin.
Vadrin.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the paladins who fought Guyvok. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should make a character for him, I guess. Vadrin. So you would get back to the university. The guy at the door is a little bit freaked out as these bears kind of just come walking around the corner. He's like, "Oh gods!"
And a half-foot orc.
Yeah, and a huge orc riding one of them. He kind of nervously looks at you all and says, "And what will you be doing with your steeds for the evening?"
I believe they'll be disoperating at some point.
Betha will, after we dismount, she'll just kind of wave her hand, like waggle her fingers, and the bears will disappear.
So, it's a summon.
Spit spot. All set.
Mr. Bear! Why'd you make him go away?
There's something that in the library, Donnie.
Alright, so you all head inside, back up to the library. It's getting late, so it might be closing soon, but you'll get a little bit more reading.
Have you never been to a university?
Never.
Motherfuckers don't sleep.
Undergrad, they gotta study at all hours.
Yeah. Maybe parts of the library are closing, some more valuable books. Sure, there's
There you go, yeah.
there's a common area where you can still sit there and read the more common books that can be taken out.
Undergrad's open, but the rare book stack is closed.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't work for a university at all.
Yeah, there we go. So Ivor and Beldani, you were both kind of hanging out. You can tell that Ivor, that Beldani is sort of flirting with Neil. What do you want to do? Do you want to hang out still, or kind of go off by yourself?
I will. I don't think I have anything that I need to do necessarily, so I will just. Well, shoot. What time of day is it right now?
At this point, it's probably about 9 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. Yeah, I might just hang around for a while, just to sort of excuse myself, get maybe like something else to drink, maybe like a sherry or something like that, and I will just sort of like observe the goings on in the speakeasy to see if anything out of the ordinary catches my attention, and if nothing does, then I will probably just.
I was going to say, well, you do recognize some of the people here. Actually, some of your clients who you used to do business with.
Very
From time
well.
to time, you'll see one come in, you're like, oh, I know that guy.
Excellent. Yeah, then I will say that I just spend the evening perhaps attempting to just maintain connections, maybe see if they are in need of any new procurements, that sort of thing, and maybe try to, I don't know, like butter them up a little bit, just that way I'm just maintaining my professional existence as well.
All right, so is this more with the Blood Hand or just with some of the people in the speakeasy that you know?
Probably both. I'm not sure how I would go. Well, so as I've said it, that is definitely how I would approach like the people that I know from my previous work. In terms of the Blood Hand, I don't really have a whole lot to go on. So I mean, there is definitely a desire to establish ties with the Blood Hand, but I don't have enough clout yet to really know what I'm talking about. So perhaps if I'm able to make a connection as a result of a conversation I have with one of my old clients or something like that, then I would probably pursue it. Other than that, I'm not sure how I would open that door for myself.
All right, so give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
As you start talking to people.
And this is for like my interactions with my clients.
Yeah, just for your overall success of the evening. If you're
Okay.
stepping away from Neil and them.
Yeah. In that case, let's see how many. Oh, did I get myself? I didn't. Let me just slap that on there. I'm not gonna use it for this anyway, but I don't want to forget. Okay. So there's that. Oh Jesus.
Well, so
Here.
you talk to some people. I mean,
Well, actually,
You
we don't
spill a
do.
few
You
drinks
don't,
on some people.
yeah, I forget. You don't do. I just saw red and I was like, oh, it's not worth it. It's still decent. I am gonna add a bit just to see.
12.
Yeah, that's not much better. But
Yeah, I mean, so you
Above the 10.
it's over 10. It
Yeah.
wasn't before.
Yeah, you catch up with some of your old contacts and get some stories about what's going on in the city. Overall, you're not successful enough to make any new contacts or garner any like favors or friendships, but you just kind of hang out and enjoy the night, catching up with
Easy
some
enough.
old clients.
Okay.
Beldani, you continue to talk to Neil. Give me another persuasion check.
Well, I was just about to say to Neil, I'm like, have you? Well, first off, is there any music in this space? Like,
Not currently. There's a lot of talking, so it's kind of loud and smoky. There are people running around taking orders. It's almost like there's kind of like a restaurant / bar happening here, as well as all the kind of shady stuff that's going on.
If there's going to be dancing, I'm very sorry I left.
Because I was about to ask Neil, just turn to Neil and say, have you ever seen me dance? Not sure this is the appropriate venue, but I'm feeling adventurous. And I'll stand up and hold my flute and start to play a little bit of a song, just a light melody, and then start to do a somewhat suggestive dance in front of Neil.
All right, go ahead, give me a performance. Oh. All right, so you're getting all seductive and playing is it like a relaxing tune or like a high energy? Okay, so just more like a kind of like a slower
sultry.
Yeah, okay. So he's watching you, kind of nodding. He's like, all right, that was pretty good. And he's gonna get up and start trying to dance as well.
I'm just disappointed Donnie's not there to totally misread these signals.
What's going on? Everyone's dancing. So he's doing a decent amount or a decent dance for you. He's not as good as you, obviously, but he's actually pretty agile in his movements as well. And he kind of at the end laughs and says, "Whew, I've been drinking. I'm getting a bit tipsy here. What are you up to tonight, friend?"
I have no plans. How about you?
He says, "I have no plans either. How about we go hang out? I'll show you around."
I'll drink to that, and I'll pour both myself and Neil another round of whatever it happens to be on the table.
All right.
I think it's absinthe.
So he's or go ahead.
I was just gonna say I just got that for myself earlier.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I have got no idea what we were drinking at the table. I mean, it could have been absinthe. They definitely make. Actually, yeah, we'll say it's absinthe because they have those cool they have absinthe towers that will dilute like 6 glasses at once. I love them.
All right. So Ivor, you would see Beldani leave with Neil at one point. So he's probably gonna show you around the city a bit. Are you trying to give more of like a date vibe or like a hangout vibe as he's doing this?
I can't believe you just asked that.
I mean, I was pretty sure I know what the answer is, but
I was gonna say
making sure.
More date vibe, but
Okay.
like at this point, I would say Belle is pretty excited, but doesn't want to seem too
Can't be too available.
like just
Don't want to be a simp.
Fail.
I know. Well, he's still thinking he's keeping it cool, but clearly he is not. So this is one area where Belle is not very self-aware.
Who's this guy without the shirt? Discover more about him. All right. So yeah, you're kind of hanging out. The evening is passing. Let's do. You're probably gonna have to do aristocratic upkeep here for this part of the city. So it'd probably be 10 gold each for your accommodations and everything you've been doing.
My own rooms, dude. I'll still do 10 though, because I'm a generous person.
I thought that
I
Bevianda
think-
was putting us up.
No, she said that she could set them up, but we would have to pay for them. She was very clear about that.
I see.
Is that the same as the Artisans Guild in Theo?
I mean, living in this part of the city, it's pretty expensive, so I'd say probably.
So I'm
Can
actually
I
going
ask to set up a tent just off in a corner?
You want to just go live on the street for the night? I mean,
Everybody.
Inside the guild, pretty much. Just find a closet or something to set his tin up and pass out.
I'm gonna cover the group that's everyone but Theo, because I know Theo's not staying. And even though Belle and I've are coming back, I'm gonna cover
Alright.
them and get rooms for them as if they were.
So here, I'll say the Phoenix
I just spent
Guild.
thousands of gold putting me up for the night.
The Phoenix Guild, I'll say, is aristocratic. Theo, you could probably get away with wealthy, 4 gold pieces, and you guys in the Thieves Guild probably wealthy as well, 4 gold pieces.
Shit, I'll do 10 just so I don't get stabbed. I know how this place works.
You get the good room. All right.
Yeah.
The don't stab me room. All right. So yeah,
The
you
room with fewest blood stains on the floor. Exactly correct.
stay away from those blood-stained rooms. All right. So yeah, the evening passes. Go ahead and long rest as we get
But
into.
where does
Level
Beldani
up, right?
evening?
Do we wanna talk more? You know,
I was gonna say, we can draw the veil on where
Fade to black.
spend
Scene close.
well.
And curtain.
As he was after, like when I saw them walking out, and after they had walked
Alright.
away, so that way I wasn't being awkward, I would raise my glass in a cheers in the direction that he went.
So all right, I'll do a little. So, Beldani, give me one more persuasion check.
Sure, it's not a performance check. Just kidding.
Whoa.
All right. So. All right,
The evening
22.
precedes pace.
Well, I was gonna say he might offer to provide services for payment, but with a 22, I think you may have charmed him a bit. So he's probably he might pay you. Hey. So yeah, I'll say you were very successful on your date with Neil, and he is definitely a closer contact to you and possibly a romantic interest. You can put him down as that. So yeah, it is
Mission accomplished.
mission accomplished. So it is the 46th of fall at 8 a.m. What does the group
Wait, before
wanna
we do that, Lou, we
Yeah.
did do some research in the evening, so should we circle on that?
Oh, what were you looking at?
Well, I got a long list, and I know Donnie does too. But my next on my list was how to survive in the Shadowfell.
All right. Well, let me do Donnie's first. What were you looking at, Donnie?
The same thing I messaged you earlier.
Oh, but you're not actually looking for that, though. That's just something you're.
Well,
Right.
I'm looking for the book on the character that I mentioned. And
Oh,
so it's-
so like kind of like a
Yeah.
history type thing.
exactly. And if it happens to be the book by the other guy, then that's amazing. If it's just oblique references, and to be honest, I don't expect to find anything. But then I would also be continuing to look into the history of Arcthane and the Light Hammers and that history itself.
Yeah, sure. Give me investigation or just an intelligence check.
Sure. Actually, damn.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
So you actually do find some information. Are you trying to keep this secret from, like, do you want me to talk about it in the other chat, or do you care if people know what you're looking at?
I don't mind if people know, but I'm going to. They definitely don't know, and I will RP that. So you
Okay.
guys don't get to know this, but I don't care if you know it.
So
don't care about
you find some information on your tribe and
Sweet.
some of the stories that came out of the deep that have kind of been preserved through word of mouth, later turned into books here. You find a lot about this strange knoll incursion that happened happening with
various
Inagu
cultism.
and the Ma, as some call them, like cultism, and this group that you would find a book of someone who is doing some research apparently on you with this group who had confronted these gnolls.
Yes.
And my name is mentioned specifically.
Yes, in the book, which
Sweet.
is kind of weird because you never met this guy, but yeah, apparently there was someone really interested in you and your legacy after you disappeared.
I would ask this in private: is it by who I think it's by, or is it by somebody else? Who's the
It's
author?
it's by who you think it's by. Yes.
Awesome. So as I find this book, I will put it back, and then I will. Is there like a library? Would I know who the librarian is or anything like that?
So it's after hours.
Yeah.
There's no librarian, but you're still able to look through books as long as you don't try to take them out of here. Basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will put it back for now. After I find it, and then go and continue to research elsewhere. But I've definitely taken note of that book for now.
Okay.
Yep.
And Zalia, what were you researching?
How to survive in the Shadowfell.
All right. So there's a good amount of information on the Shadowfell. Give me an investigation check. Oh, same thing. So
Mm-hmm.
the
I'm as
shadow.
good an investigator as Tony.
No. Or yeah, about the same. But Shadowfell is a very dangerous area, especially the wilderness. It is thick with necrotic energy, but there are places that the book kind of refers to as what are they called?
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say bastions, but they're not bastions. They're basically they're places that were created by the Raven Queen, where one of her relics was placed in the area, and it kind of shields that area from the effects of the Shadowfell, and that's
They're
kind of
sanctuaries.
yeah, sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I was looking for. And they're kind of set up all over wherever the Shatterkai towns are. So that's kind of how the Shadow Elves, as well as a bunch of the other people who live within the Shadowfell, are able to live and not get drained by the necrotic energy over time. The Shadow Elves are very resistant to it, but outsiders, like from the Prime Material Plane and especially from the Feywild, do very poorly if exposed to the nature of the Shadow Realm for too long.
I
So
hope
the
Gildas
nature
went. Oh no.
is necrotic.
Sorry, what?
The nature of it is necrotic.
Yes, lots of necrotic energy. Like the
Necrotic.
Shadowfell is sort of bathed in it almost. That's why there's so
Okay.
many
And what
like
about,
wraiths and
is it
such.
cold? Like, would we need warm weather here?
Yes, there's definitely a lack of light, so it's colder than most places. It's not
Okay.
snowy per se, although it is in some places, but not generally speaking. So you probably
Okay.
want some kind of warm weather clothing. The most dangerous parts are probably the wilderness, where there are lots of energy based undead, necrotic phenomena that can drain life from people, and just in general bad things. So that's what you
Thanks.
get with your research before the evening ended.
You should
Can
make a
Besa
timeshare pamphlet for this place.
Timeshare pamphlet. And Theo, you
can
would get. When did you start doing your project?
As soon as I finished buying the first round of ingredient stuff.
Do you remember the time on that?
it was in the morning when we set out, I
Time's a
believe.
Yeah, it was in
relative
the morning.
construct.
It was in the morning.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was early enough to get 8 hours in.
Well, early afternoon, because we spent the morning with Tavianda.
Yeah, so you could put a day towards your project since you worked on it for most of the day.
One thing I'd like to do before I go to bed, Lou, is I want to message Lyra
Okay.
and say, oh, Lyra, before I forget, can you start to cast teleportation circle there every day? Thanks, Zelia.
She says, I don't have the ingredients. Where am I going to get the ingredients? But if
You
I
don't
get
need
the.
ingredients.
Doesn't teleportation circle take components to cast?
I don't think you need it to do like the drawing of it every day.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Chalk is not too expensive, and there is that chest full of essence there.
Right.
Uh,
Okay. I'm going to use my last spell to say, use the essence that's there.
Remember,
the
Lou,
labs.
it was the chest of essence sitting
Yeah.
right next to the
Holy essence.
Yeah,
on
the
the circle
demon
that made it.
essence.
Yeah.
Although she
Yeah.
would need components or chalks, which, let's see, it's 50 gold pieces worth each day that she'd have to use. So she would just need a whole bunch of components or just buy her a bunch of chalks. But she says, I have some of my own components I could cast them with, but I don't have enough to do it. I know what you're... Well, she doesn't have that many words. She'd be like, I know what you're trying to do, but I don't have enough to do for that many days, so I would need you to bring me some. Because, yeah, you have to do it for,
Hold on a minute.
365
Check.
days to make it permanent?
Yeah,
I think?
every day. You're busting my ass about a spell that isn't going to come to fruition for a year.
Hey, look, I'm just going by what it says.
All
So let's
right.
see.
Hold on a minute.
I can do the
Let's see if
calculator for
have
you,
it.
so
Well,
365
would the
times
value
50.
would that chest full of essences have a value that would cover that
Could you
50?
start it? Because I would totally
Well,
show
the
up with
essence
some
still need to
stuff.
be turned into components. If she
Yeah,
knows how to
so
do that, there is
she
places
can.
there for her.
Yeah, she can start turning some of the essence into components in that chest.
Alright, so in my last
18,250 would be the gold piece
18.
amount.
Cool. For the whole year. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So when I send her the message back, I'll say there's a chest of components. Just start it. I'll see if I can catch you up.
All right. So she would send back with her own spell. Wouldn't we just use the hollow to teleport here, though? Do we
I will
need a...
respond and say we don't have a hollow point in the laboratory, and it wouldn't connect to other teleportation circles.
Well, you guys have a hollow point in the labs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the
labs
Arcadian
was our
Labs was
first
the
place we
first
got
one
one.
That was where
That was our
you...
first
That's where the
experience.
Baylor was
right, yeah,
trapped,
there
and
is
you
one there.
flushed
Yes.
it. That's where
But
you
it's
got
not an
Donnie.
actual.
Yeah.
Where you
Where'd that
got
from?
That's
You
Donnie.
told me that you can't teleport into that. It's only a closed network.
Well, yeah, you can only teleport into it through the hollow network. So
Right.
yeah.
So I
if you
wanted
want
to
to
be
use
able
the...
to teleport.
Okay, so yeah, sure. If you want to use the spell, then yeah, you would definitely need a circle there. So that's fair. Okay.
Teleport circle doesn't work cross-dimensionally, does it?
No.
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
That's what plane shift is for.
Plane shift
Yeah.
can teleport you to a teleportation circle. If you don't need a tuning fork if you know the teleportation circle on another plane.
Right.
Really?
Is that
Yeah,
true?
Yes.
Holy shit.
So
I
she
did
could
not
just
know
teleport
that.
us back to here or the vacation home from the Shadowfell?
Yes. So with plane shift, you can teleport to any known teleportation circle.
David, I could kiss you.
we still need to get there though.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Any
still a
chance Bill
problem.
knows a
Anyway,
teleportation circle?
okay,
Well, that's what
sorry.
out of character. That's what I was thinking about. It could be worth a visit to my father in case he knows of one. But
Yeah, the second part of plane shift mentions that teleportation
That's cool.
circles are... You can teleport to them instead of using...
That's pretty awesome. I did not know that. But you still need plane shift, which I don't have yet, so don't get too excited.
Yeah. All right, so this
So
next... Or go ahead.
As we're getting ready to leave, sorry, Lou. I would go up to sorry, Azalea and say something to the effect as we're leaving. So, how does one get a book from here?
The books are here for everyone to share, Donnie. No one takes books from here, really.
Well,
We
what
need
if
to
you
borrow one for a short while.
Okay, so how do you borrow one?
Well, I don't think you can. You need to be a student or professor here at the university. I suppose you could make an application of some sort.
Okay, what do I gotta do to do that? I'm pretty strong.
What book do you need? I could probably borrow it for you.
It's a book of mine.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? This is my bad ear.
It's a book
A book of
mine.
yours?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's a book of me. What else do you mean?
Book of you. Where is this book?
It's in the library.
I had gathered that much, but where in the library is it?
In the histories.
You mean a history of you?
Yeah.
What? Why would you? I'm very confused about that, Johnny. You mean your people?
No, me. Well, man, people do,
You,
but I'm very
Johnny. There's
important.
a book about you.
Yeah.
Lead me to this book directly.
Rather not. It's kind of personal.
What? Do you... All right, well then I won't help you.
Okay.
Oh, Johnny, don't be ridiculous. What? We'll come back tomorrow. You can show me the book. I promise I will only glance at it, and then I will see if I can acquire it for you. For a short while, though, you can only borrow them. You can't keep them.
I'll think about it. Don't tell anyone.
Okay, full disclosure, I, Darcy, once did steal a book from the Boston University Library about my family. I still have it. Okay. I paid for it.
Yeah, I won't go into my own university escapades at this time.
All right. So what's Donnie doing?
Nothing at this point, so
We're
he's
going
just
to bed
gonna
now.
we're going to bed.
Well,
Oh, okay.
During-
Okay, I didn't realize it was the night before. But yeah, that's fine. We can pass the time now and say it's morning. Yeah.
so when we went back after leaving Neil and company and went back to the university, and Zalia and Donnie were researching, could Beta have been doing some research?
Sure. What was she looking into?
She would have started with the first name on the list.
The paladins?
Yeah. Whatever the first name of the list of people that she'd uncovered, she would see what she could find on
yeah,
that.
give me an investigation. Alright, so you'd spend time, but you unfortunately would not find that information.
She apparently keeps drinking, has a little decanter there at the table with her, and you guys find her like asleep on the book after a little while.
I'm gonna log on to your time for bed.
Carry her to bed. Alright, so anything else before I end the day? Alright, so
this is still the first day?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the night would pass, nothing would happen, you would all, do your upkeeps. Waking up the next morning, it is now the 46th of fall at 8 a.m. I guess to the party first, the three of you in the Wizard Academy. What do you all want to do?
I'm just gonna go back to researching.
All right.
I'm gonna hector Donnie a little bit about his book first.
Okay, I'm bugging Donnie about what the book is. Theo, I'm assuming you're just spending your day on your crafting, right?
8 hours crafting, and then I have 8 hours that I'm going to be doing research, looking for different magical item diagrams, seeing if there are any magic items for sale here, and seeing if the higher up reaches out to me.
So don't you have to spend the whole day crafting for that to count?
You have to spend 8 hours.
8 hours? Okay.
It's a work day.
Alright, so you're working on your work day. Ivor, what are you doing?
Well, first I will check in with Neil, and I'll assume at this point, if he's even in the building, I'm assuming at this point there has not been sufficient time to make any headway on the contact situation. So
yeah, there's a guy there who Neil told you to talk to, one of his lieutenants, and he says, yeah, we're gonna work on it today, but we'll probably, hopefully, get to figure out where she is by the end of the day.
Very well. Then I have some other things that I'd like to do for the day. I may stop by around lunchtime, see if there's any been progress. And it is, of course, fine if there has not been. I just like to stay on top of things. And then, if at that time there has not been an update, then I will leave again and perhaps come back at dinner. I'll just make myself available periodically throughout the day, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll be here.
Very well. Then in that case, what I would like to do is also go to the library at the Phoenix Guild, and I will, of course, have disguised myself. And while I am there, I would like to see what research I can accomplish with respect to the hells.
All right. So Theo, real quickly, you said you're trying to talk with upper echelon people and using all the facilities here, right?
Yes.
So that is, I'm not sure how much you minus for your upkeep, but that's probably going to be the 10 gold pieces then, to be doing all the stuff you're doing, as well as your membership
Okay.
for like the fees and
The
everything.
whining and dining.
Yeah, but I'll just get back to you. But I just wanted to say what the upkeep is going to be. All
All right, to go for the other 6.
Okay. So let's see. Ivor, you went to the library and you're doing some research. What about Beldani next day?
Wait, do I get my 10% discount?
Not for upkeep fees. That's just
Dang!
yeah. That's just day-to-day living.
Got a penny pinches Theo.
I'm telling you, man, this is how you get shot.
Just sleeping on the street.
This is why
For one
Theo wears heavy
gold.
armor.
Yeah.
At the moment, Theo is naked because he's got his chainmail being made into
He's wearing
adamantium.
an apron that counts technically as armor, so he has a leather prosthetic arm.
Apron and nothing else. Just apron.
Yep.
Leather
Wow.
apron. He's like
Don't let
he's
Beldani
full
see you
on
like
serial
that.
killer mode right now.
Oh, I did think about trying to ask for the bloody apron one, but there's a magic item that is a apron that's constantly dripping blood.
He's in Leatherface mode right now. Beldani, what about you? What are you doing?
The first thing that I'm going to do is find a place to buy a blowgun needles, and a forgery kit.
Oh, and just letting you know, so you would actually leave from the guild hall where Neil is staying. You didn't go back to the the underground. So his kind of where his guild is staying is sort of on the western end of the warehouse district.
Okay.
One of his people approaches you in the morning and says, "You were the one who was seeking poisons, yes?"
Yes.
I found something that might be of interest to you. It's a drow poison, but a little bit more concentrated, making it more dangerous. It is, so mechanically speaking, it would be like a DC of 16, and 11 or more would put someone unconscious.
Okay.
If you're interested in that. So it'd basically be like a 3-point upgrade from the DC 13 drow.
Yes.
Okay. So
It
yeah,
definitely would be.
he kind of explains all that to you, and he says that would be 600 gold pieces.
I will take the money out of the bag of holding and make a note that I need to pay it back when I have a chance.
All right.
You don't have the bag of holding. You have the portable hole.
Or the
But
portable hold. That's
you
what I
do
mean.
have money in there, but I think it's
Yes.
old gold, old world gold. So good
Uh-oh.
luck with that, my friend.
No, he's got.
We
he's
had
got
all of our
faith.
old world converted.
He's got Faitha's money, and I'm sure that he would replace
Oh,
it
yeah, he
later,
does have
however is
Faitha's
needed.
money.
Yeah.
6 bars and 80 coins.
All right. So
yeah, there's still 800 old world things in there.
are you taking out the portable hole right in front of this guy and just hopping down into it to get the money? Excuse me.
What pretty much.
He just
Mary
his
Poppins
eyes
moment.
widen. He's like, what is this a fairy tale? Beldani is like a magical creature. All right. So he kind of watches in amazement as this huge hole opens, and you just jump down and grab a sack of gold. He says, "Wow, that's an interesting trick."
Our little secret.
Yeah, sure. All right, so you give him the 600 gold pieces. He would give you your poison, and he says, "Let me know if you need any more of it." Now, does it say how many uses this has?
Typically, that's for one dose, and a dose at least of other poisons, can be used to apply onto 4 pieces of ammunition.
It's expensive shit.
Poisons are very expensive,
Yeah.
Huh.
unless you're a grung.
Fucking
Yeah, it
grunt.
doesn't say anything about uses. I assume this wouldn't just be one use, because that's a lot.
I know that with the poison that I make as part of my poisoner feat, um, uh, each each vial is can be a number of doses equal to my proficiency bonus. So, but that's for stuff that I make.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be for purchased poisons. But what I want to do with the day is pick up the blowgun and the blowgun dart and the forgery kit, and then see if using my poisoner's kit I can't reverse engineer the poison that I just purchased.
All right. So you think it
Genius.
will be difficult to do, and if you fail, you might waste the poison. But you can certainly try to do that.
You could wait for a science buddy.
Yeah, you could have someone help you with it for sure.
I will. Yeah, I'll hang on to the poison for now. I'll be like, Theo would probably want to help me with this. Knowing him, this is right up his alley. So,
This is a Theo thing.
but I will definitely look for the blowgun, the needles, and the forgery kit, which I'm assuming those would just be book price.
Yeah, so you could definitely pick those up in the underground market. They sell all types of weapons down there. And forgery kits are something you'd probably need to buy in the underground market. It's not something you'd see just in the marketplace. All right, so you're doing that. A bunch of you are doing the research. Theo's working on this thing. Yeah.
Do we have any raw ingredients that Betha could refine? I'm not,
Probably.
We had a ton.
I guess it's more of a question for Azalea. I was just now browsing through the. Yeah, see, we've got some essence stuff.
So with your
yeah, I think we do still
with
have
your-
some that we just collected.
sorry.
We have those angel ones.
I was gonna say with your aristocratic upkeep, you do also have access to the Phoenix Guild labs, so you could use those to refine.
Yeah, Betha's gonna try to help with the research, but she doesn't have great investigation. So let's say, kind of like Theo's doing, where he's breaking it up into like 8-hour workday and 8-hour of some other stuff. Like maybe Betha would do some research for part of the day, and she gets bored in the library and goes off and alchemy. But I'd like to refine some of our ingredients.
Is she still looking for those paladin names?
Yeah, she would continue looking for that first name for today. What she can find. Yeah.
All right. So I'll just say you spend the day working on that. Go ahead and give me a roll. While you spend your researching part of the day working on that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Has Bellionda gotten back to us, Lou, with tuning fork, and also she was going to put us in contact with people who might have spell books that Celia could crawl through.
Yes. So, let's.
I mean, after Betha, but just something. That's probably what I would pivot to.
Yeah. So she found you. She says she can get you a tuning fork from this plane. It would just be the 250 gold pieces.
Okay.
And spells. Let me get back to you on that. So Betha, you're doing your investigation. So with 11, yeah, you spend a lot of time poring through the university books.
Since it's daytime, could I ask a librarian for any assistance?
Yeah, I mean, they could be helping you a little bit, but You
Okay.
at this
That's
point,
fine.
you might think that the information isn't actually here.
Gotcha. Okay.
It might be something you'd have to look up in the Dwarven lands. You do
That's
find
fine.
more information on the Paladin, if that interests you.
Oh, I thought
Vadrin.
that's what I was looking for. Yeah, I thought that's what I was looking for.
Oh, I thought you were looking for the other Paladins, like the dwarves who were involved in the other people.
I was gonna continue like to look for some of the other names like while we're here in the city, but for today I was just going with that first name. So sorry, I didn't mean to be unclear, but I think that I didn't realize there was more than one paladin, so I thought I was going after the named one that you had mentioned. So
Well, you would find some information on Vadrin. It's not. I mean, it's basically just kind of like the order he was with,
sure.
some information on his life, his training, yeah, the place like where he was born. I'm not sure exactly what you were looking to find on him though.
She's just digging for anything, any other clue that we might be able to find about like what they did to contain Guyvok, but I'm not necessarily expecting to do this research. I'm just kind of
So
assisting.
they
Yeah.
talk about the event in the story of him. It was
Mm-hmm.
one of the things he was kind of doing in when he was kind of getting towards middle age, and one of the things he gets his most of his fame from doing. But they don't go into details on how they did it. They talk about
Gotcha.
some sort of ritual that the dwarf rune masters used to bind him.
Okay.
And
And I guess maybe just like looking for clues where maybe it mentions like
one
I
thing,
don't know, a group of people that planned together and determined how to do it or what like something that I don't know.
Wait, it
Go
talks
ahead.
a bit about how they bound him.
yeah, so they used runes to bind him in some sort of prison. And they entrapped him with an agent of chaos, is kind of what the book talks about.
Entrapped
Shadow
him with
Strider.
an agent of chaos. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
we need to go get Shadow Strider again.
That part's kind of vague. They don't talk much about it. That's just what the book says.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would jot down that passage kind of on a scrap piece of parchment to give to Dahlia
Yeah.
in case it has any meaning for her. But yeah, that's fine.
And if you want to convert essence to components, you could basically do so at half their value, rounded down. The type of components depends on the like undead or religious and planner or more arcana in nature, more like certain beasts and certain magical forest creatures and such. So I'm not sure what you have to convert, but you can just convert
I've
those.
got a bunch of different arcane. Casme essence, Brock essence, Shadow Demon essence, Radiant Idol essence.
Yeah, demons and outsiders are all arcane.
Yeah. And then the inventory says 40 rot troll. It doesn't say essence. It just says 40 rot troll. And then it says 40 venom troll.
I'm gonna assume
It's supposed to be essence.
we didn't
But
kill
then it
40 of
says
them.
80 gold. Okay, so I could do that as well.
Sorry, what was the raw troll? I mean, I assume that would be nature if it's raw troll essence.
Well, I think it's just body parts, not essence. But
oh, well, if you just got
essence.
I thought it was essence because
do rot trolls turn into essence?
They can, yeah. Trolls
It
have
says-
regenerative essence. They definitely like their essence. Yeah, is definitely.
Well,
ingredient.
it's not a gold value, and if it's nature, then she can definitely do it. So then, am I allowed to do all of it?
Yeah. I mean, if you're
In one
spending
day?
most of the day working on this,
Okay.
Unless
All right.
you're, I mean, how much are you converting? I assume it's like a couple of thousand, maybe at the most.
It's not
Less
even
than
that.
that.
No,
So
we don't have very
then
much.
You're fine. Converting essence doesn't actually take that long. You more just need
Okay.
the lab or the alchemy kit to do it.
And you say, it's automatically half, or can I try and do a roll?
Yeah, it's usually it would be half. I guess go ahead and make a roll.
Oh, okay.
And see how high you can get.
All right. So here's for.
There needs to be more reasons to roll with crafting.
Yeah, it would still be half with a 20.
Wait, so
Right,
half
yeah.
is if it says 200 gold worth, it's only worth 100 gold that we get refined?
Yeah, when you
Yeah,
refine
sounds like
it,
it,
halves it.
Okay.
And the
So it's
artificer
worth more
ability
raw?
doesn't.
Well, you
sell it
can't.
raw?
You can't. Well, I mean, I guess you could try to use it raw, or you could try to sell it raw. But the components are worth more because they can be used for more. I mean, usually you want components over essence, unless you're making specific things that require essence. Like if you're making something that gives regeneration, like troll essence might be something you need for that. So it's
Hold
more,
on to that troll essence.
It's,
Wait, but how is it worth? You said the refined components are worth more, but then we've just lost half the value.
well, the
It's
value,
easier to sell.
if you think of it as more like the amount, like than the value. If
Sure.
that so
No, yeah. No, that's fine. If it makes sense, whatever Zalia, whatever you think it makes sense to be refined, let's say that's what Betha works on today. I was just trying to do something with our downtime.
Yeah,
But if there's anything that anyone wants us to keep in its raw form, let's do
Let's
that.
keep the Radiant Idol essence in its raw form. I just
Okay.
feel like
Very unique.
Angel essence might have some sort of
could be
utility.
useful, yeah.
Theo, did you say something about keeping the troll?
At least some of it. I do know there are a few potential items that might.
So
Or no,
let's just do-
actually, go ahead. Yeah, process that.
Okay.
I would say leave the venom troll.
Oh yeah, maybe you can make
because
poison
I
out of
can
it.
make poison out of. I can
Yeah.
make poison out of that for
Cool,
sure.
cool.
Because
Like,
I have
Alright.
made poison. I have made poison from venom troll essence before.
And the
So
vials of vampire blood, I don't know.
We'll
I
keep
can do
those
that.
as is.
Yeah.
So we'll take the top 3 essences out and add 185.
And then I think
Which is
the rot
full
troll as
arrangement
well.
calculus.
The rot troll becomes nature raging.
well, Donnie, what are you researching, or what are you doing for your time in the library? You guys can decide, just maybe which ones you want to keep and which ones you want to convert.
We're all set.
You there, Donnie? Maybe he stepped away from
He's muted.
Gray, are you muted?
Sorry, I'm muted. Yeah, sorry. So as we head back, I don't know, Zalia, what you're saying or if you're doing anything.
I'm just gonna copy over spells once I get access to a spell book. But as we're heading back, I will certainly help you with what you're looking to do.
I'm saying I'm fine.
Donnie, you're gonna steal that book, aren't you?
Nope.
They'll catch you. You know they've got magical signatures on all the books.
I'm fine, thank you. You're not the only smart person here.
You know, Donnie, it seems to me that you've got a little bit of a chip on your shoulder about how smart you are. You're very smart.
You don't
But you
act
can't
that way.
steal books. All right.
So once we get there, I would look for I would actually just look for like a librarian, like somebody who's just like
Alright.
normal.
So there's a younger looking woman who's kind of sitting there reading a book. You scare her half to death as you walk up to her, and she looks up and just jumps back. Hello. Sorry. And she looks around as if she's expecting there to be other people around with you, and she says, can I help you?
Yes, I need to take this book out.
Oh, what book is that?
This one. I show her the book.
Oh,
Yeah, I can. I actually have a title for it if you'd like it, Lou.
she says, do you, do you have your paperwork for your, and she just keeps kind of stumbling as if she doesn't want to anger you. Do you have your paperwork? She finally says.
I have the book.
Oh, well, yes, but I mean, when you take a book out, you have to show me your paperwork so I know who's taking it, and I can mark down who you are, your class, are you a professor?
I'm Donnie. I am a barbarian orc.
Oh. She looks really confused. Well,
Do I see any of this? I don't, do I? Because you're going to be stealthy.
I think he just went
Not
himself.
stealthy, but I definitely waited for you to walk.
I was
away
actually-
before I did this.
I was
So it
actually
depends on
curious
like
if he
if
was
you were
going to
spying
say.
on me.
I was actually waiting to see if he was going to tell the lady that he's Professor Zalia Havenheart to take this book out.
Donnie's not a deceitful individual.
Okay, good.
So, Betha, you might kind of hear this if you're in the library, like, reading. I don't know, was Donnie trying to be stealthy from everyone, or just more Azalea?
And not even really Zalia. It's more he's just not. It's not so much stealth as just not being open about it. Like he's just, yeah.
Okay.
If Zalia if Betha notices anything, she chuckles to herself and goes back to what she's doing.
All right. Well, the woman says, I'm sorry, but only students or teachers can actually take books out of the library. I can't really just give this to anyone.
Zalia, what was your aunt's name? Who's the woman that we were staying with?
Bevianda.
Avianda.
Zalia.
Although I feel like if you can't remember it.
I mean, I guess yeah, I can roll for does Donnie remember that? Is that intelligent or wisdom?
That'd probably be intelligence to remember information.
I think 14's high enough to remember a person I
Sure,
just met.
you might remember it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'd say something to the effect of, well, you can contact the professor. What was her name?
Evianda.
Avianda.
Sorry, 3 people are saying it at the same time. I can't hear.
So
I'd say, yeah, you can contact her. She'd be okay with this.
she looks really surprised and says, "You know Professor Bevianda?"
Of course. Why else would I want this book?
Yes. Well, do you think you could just have her come here and take the book out for you? If you know people from the university, they can take books out in for
I'm
you.
not one of those fancy spellcaster people. I just read good and know how to do research. If you're one of those fancy spellpaper, why can't you just ask her yourself?
Oh, I'm a first year student here. I can't. I mean, I can sort of do
It was a work
some
study job, sir.
magics, but I'm not. And she kind of like she seems a little like happy that you thought she was a mage, and she's like, oh well, yeah,
She's blushing now.
maybe a little.
Flattering her a little bit. Big strong orc is flirting
Yeah.
with her a little bit.
You're charming another one.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. I am actually going to use a DM's inspiration if that's okay.
Flex the pecs for advantage.
Works for Neil.
Very nice.
Nice.
So she kind of smiles at you and says, I suppose I could go and try to get in touch with Professor Bevianda. Do you mind waiting here a moment while I go speak with her?
I don't mind one little bit, but I'm going to go read a little bit more, so just let me know when you're done.
Oh yes, of course. And she gets one of the other librarians, a younger-looking elf who kind of comes up to the front and takes her place, starts reading his own book as she goes and speaks with Bevianda. She would disappear
Just
for a
on
bit.
principle. Just on principle, Donnie's going to have Bevianda check it out instead of going through Zalia.
Yeah, I'll get the old.
No
lady,
guarantee she'll be less curious, by the way. She is the Haven Art, after all.
Yeah. So while that's happening, let's see. We have Baith studying. Zalia was looking for spell books, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I can do that with you offline, Lou.
All right. Theo's doing his project. Beldani was doing the poison. Ivor, what are you kind of doing at this point? You're in the library, right?
I am in the library, yep. I will shoot you a message here in roll 20. I'm just attempting to research some stuff about the planes.
Some people.
Things.
Some things and stuff and things.
In some places.
And some places and stuff and things and places and people.
Okay.
Are you avoiding the rest of us? Do we know that you're in the library?
I mean, I guess that's a good question. I didn't think about that. Only like mildly. Like I'm not choosing to volunteer what I'm doing, but if I'm pressed, I'm not going to withhold information.
So being stealthy, but not to the point where it'd be suspicious if somebody sees you.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm
So you're
reading
not like
shit,
coming
but I'm
and
not
sitting at the
telling you
table
what
with
I'm reading.
us. Right.
No,
okay.
no, no, no,
He's
no.
probably just walking through the bookshelves, looking at books.
But with a 15 perception, do I see him skulking around?
I'm not fucking skulking around. I'm just walking.
Aren't you though?
No, I'm just fucking
Walking
walking.
here.
Skulk
I'm
is sort of your
walking
normal
here.
mode, so
Is
I'm not.
well, Zalia actually might not be in the library right now because she's looking into the spellbook thing, so she might
I
not.
never pictured Ivor as a skulker. I actually assumed he was quite poised because he's like, the silver-tongued, like,
That's exactly how I
suave.
am.
Silver
he's
tongued devil.
poised skulker is what he
Fucking
is.
skulker my ass.
I mean, whatever part of you is skulking, my friend, whatever part.
Yeah. So we'll say maybe Zalia is currently off looking into the spellbook thing, so she might not be here right now. That's probably why Donnie, or why she didn't know it's Donnie either, what he was doing. So there's a lot of things you listed here that you want to look into. Do you want to do these all in secret, or do you care if we talk about some of them in front of the group?
I would be trying to do pretty much. Yeah, I think pretty much all of them would be. Well, here, let me.
This is a little bit
All
like asking if
kinds of
Beldani was on a
secrets.
date.
Yeah. Wow. Just why don't you put it all out there?
I mean, the answer is yes, in secret.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I mean, we could say they don't know about this stuff. If there's some stuff you do want to keep from like the years of the group, we can. But we can also say
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. They don't get to know any of this. But yeah, if you think some of this stuff isn't as important, like just whatever you'd rather do.
Okay, I would say I'll err on the side of secrecy just because I'm never sure how any of this is going to pan out.
So, is there anything in this list that you don't mind talking about in front of the group, or is this all secret? I guess
It's all secret. He just
all
said.
secret. Okay,
It's all secret.
all secret. All right. So, I guess let me get back to you about this stuff then.
Okay.
Is there anything else outside the list that you're looking into that I can talk about in front of them? Just for the
Nope. I think that's all. That's all I'm curious about.
All secret stuff. All right.
All secret all the time.
All right. Beldani, I guess I haven't really heard from you yet. Besides the poison, is there anything you're working on?
Well, I would work on the other poison because I don't need.
Oh, that's right. You were looking for Theo to reverse engineer, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
while I wait for Theo, I will work on converting the Venom Troll essence to poison with my Poisoner's Kit.
All right. So I don't have the poison types in front of me, but let's see. Is there a type of poison? Because you could probably use this to make a poison. Is there a specific poison you'd want to make?
Well, I'm not sure. Let's see. I think what we had decided before was the Venom Troll poison was just an additional D8 or 2d8 poison damage. I don't remember which.
How much of the Venom Troll poison do you have, gold piece wise?
I have 20 that I have already converted into poison, and then I have 60 gold worth of troll essence.
Okay. Now, did we use the troll essence to make the poison, or was that a nature component?
I think we used the troll essence to make the poison.
Yeah, it has not been refined.
All right. You said you made 20 doses?
No, I made 20 gold worth, which...
Oh, okay. So you...
There are 40 Venom Troll essences, which were worth 60 gold, you told us.
Was worth 60 gold each?
Probably. I don't know. My
No, I
notes
would
are not
think the
all that it
group
could
of-
be, but
I would
there are
think for the 40
Venom
at,
Troll.
yeah.
essences?
That would be the 60.
I don't know. How much are they normally worth?
What was the type of troll?
Venom troll.
Venom troll. Here, let me look up venom troll.
He's like, let me go pretend that I have records, but really make this up on the spot. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
well, I
kidding. I
do-
can't
Secrets
imagine
are good
keeping
to,
track of it all. Yeah.
Gotta check the CR.
I do have a system.
Gotcha.
What did you? Okay. Do you remember how many you killed?
It was
So,
only
so
Between
so
8
wait,
and 10.
I didn't just give you a gold piece value for their essence.
I mean, what I've written here is 40 Venom Troll essences, 60 G.
Yeah, it's got a quantity of 40, but then a value of 60 gold. So, like, that's
Weird.
why I asked earlier. I'm like, what does this mean?
We might have gotten 2 separate batches, and those are representing 2
Oh,
separate
that might,
batches,
yeah,
'cause we
those
bought
might
'em.
be 2 separate batches. That would make sense. So it might be 100.
Probably.
like 40 gold piece and 60
Yeah,
gold piece.
yeah, that's what I think that is. So I'm
Hmm.
guessing it's 100
Okay.
gold
Oh.
pieces of Venom Troll
I
essence.
mean, that's highly likely.
Yeah.
And not always.
That makes more sense to my brain. I was like, what was I doing? Just 60 non.
Well, and I thought 40 was a really high number. Wow, did we really encounter that many rat trolls or venom trolls? You know,
They are big,
so.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're calling it 100 gold worth of Venom Troll essence.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense. Okay,
Good.
So I wish here, let me see if I can look up the different types of poisons.
I am an accomplished businesswoman, I'll have you all know.
Poisons.
We do have the book covering up to uncommon stuff, correct?
Yes.
All right. That does shorten the list I had by quite a bit.
Jeez, wyvern poison does a lot of damage.
Oh, and we also have that special cave moss that beat Donnie's con save to make his hand swell up. I do want to work with Belle at some point on turning that into something.
I don't have that in our inventory. Do you have it in your inventory?
Yeah, Theo's kept it on himself.
Alright, I guess maybe you could make basic poison.
We should probably stock up on some rations too. I see we have 15 days worth.
Here, let me
Like
take,
before we go to Shadowfell, I mean.
let me take a look at venom trolls. I could just conjure something.
Can you create food and water yet?
Yeah, she can, but you know, it's spell slots.
Beads
Well,
of nourishment.
I was going to say, Goodberry counts as a meal,
True.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it fills you for a day. That's, well, you know, if we have spell slots when we go to bed each night.
Yeah.
So I'll say, yeah, you can make basically the poison they use, which is DC 16 con saving throw, or take 4d8. Wait, no, that's not right. How much is it? It's
I think we hit, when we talked about it, it was 2d8.
yeah, poison splash. Okay, so yeah, 2d8 poison damage, and you can I'll say how much you have 100 gold piece worth. You can refine that into probably 2 doses.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll
your,
remove it from the inventory now, David, so you can add it to yours.
Yeah, so you have
All
two
right.
doses of venom troll poison that you are now storing.
All right, so that would be in addition to the one that I had made before.
And this poison is touch poison. You don't actually have to put it on your blade. I think you can, but if you just like basically spray it on someone, it'll do the damage. Just like the poison of the troll was. I think that's what it's called, touch. Anyway.
Contact.
Contact, that's what it was. All right. Do we want to do a 5-minute break? We're about halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we step away for 5 and I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
feel like there's a lot going on, but my notes is a lot of Theo's hitting things. I'm researching things. Like,
Yeah.
not a lot of detail.
I love how I'm hitting things and you're researching things.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Last week on
Crap!
the
I should have given you my circlet for this. Because I don't need it right now. At all.
I was thinking about this the other day. How low is it without the headband? Is it
10.
8? It's 10. You're not multi-classed, are you?
No.
Okay. I didn't realize this for a long time until I started fucking around with multi-class sheets. I thought that you only needed to meet the requirements of what you're multi-classing into. You also need to meet the requirements of what you're multi-classing out of. And I did not know that for a long time, so
I'm just a super Dexy artificer.
That's why Betha is Max Mind. That's why she's so shitty with charisma and strength.
oh, everything I make is fucking 16s and 8s, baby. That's why I was so interested. I was talking to Theo earlier in the chat about how the new provisions for player races in Monsters of the Multiverse allows you to choose either a +2+1 spread or a +1+1+1 spread, because now you can point by 16s and 8s with any fucking race, which has not been possible other than like
Mountain Dwarf?
I actually.
no.
Actually, I don't know about variant humans, because you can pick up a half feet.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
way that I normally do it.
I'm a variant.
Variant humans is the way to go, man. Fucking
I'm actually.
custom
Betha's
lineage can start with
actually
18.
6. Betha's actually 6 strength, and that was just kind of a.
That was a DM approved because old age.
Yeah, exactly. Because it made sense for her. She's
Because I
pretty
wanna.
old. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I promised him that I would add the points back into one of my other skills that wasn't maxed. That wasn't a point by 15. And he said sure.
Interesting. Yeah, with fucking
Wait,
custom lineage, I've made some fucking sheets that are like.
Yeah, but that was. I mean, I built Betha before the lineage stuff, and now because a couple of the expansions since I built her have changed, like where I could have probably done some of that. Well, also the whole reason I made her a Mark of Healing halfling is to gain some of the spells that are now available to clerics and druids anyway after Tasha's. so
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
That gif is so funny. Like the dude sneaking around, like pulling his knees so high. That's hilarious.
Kid Icarus is hilarious. Ooh, I can't wait to show y'all my armor. I got flavor for it.
Remind me, I feel like after the crafting rules got revised again the last time. Yeah. No, I mean I'm not trying to stir turds.
Continue with what you were saying. Yeah.
I just in the moment I just kind of was like, okay, it does not really make sense for Betha to try to craft. We have Theo, and that wasn't like a me or anything like that. That's fine.
Oh
it's
no!
just like,
remember,
it just,
you are
it was
still
like,
the only one who can make health potions. Theo can't make health potions.
Oh, okay.
That's something I kept trying to reiterate, and people kept glossing over that. I can't. Artificers can't do health items because that's an herbalism kit, not an artisan.
Okay. Well, anyway, so what I basically came away with was just that it takes so much downtime, and we didn't have a lot of downtime for most of this campaign. So like it's only been recently that we've actually had some sessions of town time, And so I kind of glossed over, like, all right, she's not going to be crafting, during rests or things anymore. And I kind of just put it out of my mind. But now that we're in the city and she's not that good at investigation, I'm thinking maybe she could craft some potions while we're here. But I need a refresher on just how much time that takes her.
It depends on the rarity of the potion. Common healing potions, I think, take a day. Uncommon, what is it, Theo? Is it a week?
I do not remember. It's health items. Not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It's in Tasha's, I believe.
I don't even know if that's like worth it to the group for me to spend a whole day just to have one of the common healing potions, but maybe she can spend a little time on making a few this while we're here. I'm just trying to think of ways to kind of contribute because I feel like she has less of a specific thing she's looking for while we're here,
Make the heal drinks that make the blood go back inside.
The heal drinks.
And also, if you would...
What? Wait, say that again?
They make the blood go back
He
inside.
means healing potions.
Yeah, healing potions.
All the bleeding is internal. That's where the blood's supposed to be.
Another big thing that Betha could probably be working on is, I think they're uncommon, necrotic resistant potions. I can do it faster, but I'm working on items and stuff, so if you want to do potions, that is all.
No, that's a great idea. That's actually a really good idea. And now that you say that, maybe next time the group convenes for breakfast or lunch or whatever we're doing these days as we go about our business around the town, I might mention to Zalia, like, could we put out feelers in town and see if we couldn't maybe find some magic items that might improve necrotic damage before we go to the Shadowfell?
I think that we had previously loosely touched on like magic item prevalence, and I think that even here in the capital, magic items are like not a thing. They're like
at the place that has some. According to the last session we had, there are some here for sale. Theo just hasn't checked in on them because.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, magical items in general are traded for other magical items. Some people are willing to buy them.
We have a prosthetic limb.
Yeah, you don't think anyone's going to trade
we sold that.
No,
we left it with the baby sold,
or in the hole.
I mean, we have a bunch of items, but they're out being bought and sold by that dude.
Yeah. Daniel and
we should check in with him.
And the other lady. They're both working for you now. If you want to sell magical items, like, you probably want to talk to noble households. They would sometimes buy from you. Okay. Though generally they just buy from the artisan guild if they want stuff.
Because we're the shit.
Yeah, they're kind of like the official. Although you could like approach a noble and try to sell them something.
Is there are there like shops with like independent alchemists or potion makers or what have you, or is that just basically controlled by the Phoenix Guild and the Artisans Guild?
There are shops that deal in potions, but mostly healing potions.
Okay.
There are like what would it be called? Alchemy establishments. They might have the random other potion here or there, but they'll probably charge exorbitant amounts for it.
Got it. All right.
It's definitely not a common thing to buy potions or magical items on the street.
Right.
I looked it up. It's in Xanathar's, actually. It's a day for a regular healing potion.
Yeah.
And a work week for greater, 2 work weeks for superior, and 3 work weeks for supreme.
Yeah, for the different types. Now that's based on their rarity, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, is that also taking into effect consumables are half the time?
Yes, that's specific for potions of healing, because they have separate rules than any other.
Yep, they do. That's why I didn't really know much about it.
So what about potion of resistance, which is uncommon. So that would be a day as well.
I think.
Hang on.
I think resistance is a week, because a day is
Oh.
common. Week is uncommon.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so I even if I spent the entire time we're here, like working on this stuff, I might have one potion for. So I just don't even know that that's.
And outside of RP, I could just pass time if you guys want to spend some time in the city. I mean, I don't have to
think we're
RP.
happy.
I don't have to RP
I
every
think
day.
this has been fun listening to everyone do their stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm fine doing it, but I'm also saying like we don't have to take like 5 sessions to go through your week of crafting, you know, or we're just.
Right.
Honestly, I mean, at this point, and I don't know, like, I don't want to jump ahead if there's other people that are still doing stuff right now today. But if we, I know we have at least a couple days left in the capital based on Theo's timeline on his crafting. I might spend the next day. I might go around the city and visit all the alchemist shops and see what inventory they have, just to see if there's
Looking for
anything we want to grab.
Good idea.
Yeah, do it. And if we have, we definitely have like goals, like shit we want to do, but there's not like shit. Fuck, we got to get there now. So like all of the time that we've ever had, I would say this is the best time I can think of for us to spend literally as much time as we want here, fucking crafting and researching and getting ourselves set up for success long term. Like I'll just fucking tell Theo to fucking craft every day for 3 weeks if it gets us all the shit we want.
Agreed.
Can I?
Do it.
Yeah, you're not under time constraints right now, so you could just try to spend some time working on things.
I think our only real getting item here is cash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, the cash and the ingredients for sure.
If we invest some time into, I could take a couple, like, commissions for magic items to fund more.
You can take commissions from us. I mean, we could get in touch with Alira and have her bring our stuff here to the capital. I could even get her and teleport back one of the days, in order that we could sell or give Ivor our stuff to sell.
It's true.
Now that we're here in the
Now that we can get more dough. Do you have a place that you can teleport to out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a place in Char, so I could have her meet me in Char with our stuff, and then I could bring it back just during one of the days.
Amazing.
Keep her guarded while she goes. She does have to go through tunnels that we have seen things in.
I can't keep her guarded if she's meeting me at the teleporter.
No, I'm meaning people need to go with you.
She would have to.
Oh, me?
Yes.
She would have to use the hollow teleport to get to Char, and then, yeah.
No, not Lyra. Elira.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. I think that would actually be a good idea. We might as well consolidate our resources and
I think so, because she's got like paintings and shit, and Ivor can unload that stuff on some unsuspecting noble people for bank. That's his thing.
Honestly,
I'm an
guys,
honest dealer.
Can I get Arda?
Yeah.
Can we bring Arda here, please?
Let her have her turtle and fox.
So
yeah, Ember too, but yeah.
let me jump back to Donnie for a second.
Sure.
So the young woman would return with
Nice.
A piece of paper, and she would kind of take some notes down, kind of sit next to the elf, and give Donnie another smile and say, "It seems like you're all set."
Thank you.
She vouched for you, and she said put it under her name. So I have that right here. And she smiles and hands you the book.
I appreciate your work on this. And Donnie would
Yes, of course. No problem.
And Donnie would, has his little knapsack, kind of like a little mini backpack, and just puts the book in it.
She says, "Hey, do you want to get lunch?"
I love it.
I love it.
Sure. I eat meat.
Yeah. Yes. I think they have that downstairs in the cafeteria. I was going to take my break anyway.
That's fine. Let's go eat.
All right. So Donnie goes and has lunch with the
Do you have a name?
librarian. I don't know what's her name.
The librarian.
Okay, I want to know while Lou figures out her. How are Donnie's table manners? Like, I mean, I actually think he might be quite. I mean, I don't know.
Roll.
How,
Well, I don't know. Roll what's an insight check on Donnie? Maybe.
okay, sure.
Yeah,
Roll
just
a
from what you've
D100 and
observed in
hope.
the past.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tell you some stuff.
Her name is Vivian.
Okay, Vivian, and then Betha, you would have known that Donnie, for being an orc, is not exactly brutish, especially around proper company when he's.
Oh, he's a
Again, he's not
gentleman.
exactly refined, but he's certainly not what you would maybe.
He's like
think
the
of as-
beast in the scene where they're doing the dancing. You know?
Yeah.
Or in the
Donnie
scene
and
where the
Orc
beast
nobleman.
is like really careful with the spoon.
There you go.
Now here's the important question. Despite his best efforts, would you say that due to his tusks, he still makes mouth noises when he eats?
Yes,
This is
he's
very
definitely again, like he is polite.
Yeah,
But
we sit
he's
on
not
opposite sides of the
refined.
table for sure.
Aw.
I appreciate
think
the
it's
effort,
sweet.
but mouth
And I
noises,
think
can't.
Victoria or Veronica or whatever her name is probably is charmed as well.
And you all probably would have noticed this, that like, he's an orc, but not an orc like you've ever seen.
He's got a softer side.
The question is, who noticed Donnie leave the library with a lunch date?
I don't know.
Not me.
You and
Probably-
Zaylee are there.
Yeah, probably just
Ivor might
Betha.
have.
Zalia,
Ivor's
Zalia
there.
is still out doing. Ivor, I guess, is skulking around. Remember,
Skulking. Again with the fucking skulking.
Elegantly, I think we established.
elegantly skulking.
Like a
Whatever that
nobleman,
is, yeah.
like a Jack the Ripper thing.
No, noble skulking.
What?
Like Jack the Ripper.
The kind of guy that you would invite into your house and then be really curious about where the fuck he went once he was inside.
He's skulking. All right, so Theo.
Gentleman in the streets, skulker in the house.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Theo, you're doing. You said research after you work on your project.
I'm going to, after the 8 hours of work, I'm going to be spending 8 hours looking for diagrams, recipes, looking for magic item diagrams so I can try to make them while we're out and about if we get resources and such.
All the schematics.
And before that, I will go and see if there's an animated shield for sale.
Probably not directly for sale. Do you want to go try to look around for like someone who might be trying to trade an animated shield, or because that would probably take some time just to look into that. That's like a project all its own.
That'll be something he does after he gets the other stuff done then.
Now, Beldani, were you going to come try to find Theo, or how are you going to get in touch with him for your project?
I think I was going to wait until Theo returned, but then I realized Theo's not returning.
Hey, you haven't seen him for like 2 days now.
So.
Oh, did you go back to the library or the Phoenix Guild?
I have not yet.
Okay.
Are you living with Neil now?
No.
He's still he's still in the Bloodhand base, but I assume he's not living there.
Yeah, no, I had gone looking for the. I suppose I did return to the academy to work on the venom troll poison. So,
to use their labs. Yeah, that's fine.
But then, having not seen Theo, I think I'd go look for him.
All right, so it's probably, let's see, it's probably around 4 or 5 at this point as the day is passing.
What time do we wake up?
8 a.m. This is after you did your 8 hours of work.
All right, yeah, I finished at 4.
So, hang on.
So,
my freaking
Theo,
thing go?
I procured this.
Oh well, hang on.
How'd you get in here?
Yeah, you're not there just yet. I'm just trying to change the time here.
I mean, how can you ask that? It's Beldani.
So
Snuck in.
Because Artisan's Guild is more secure than it looks.
I was gonna ask, how do you want to approach the Artisans Guild? Because there's a large stone wall around it, and there's like an entry gate. You'd imagine they're probably not just gonna let you in. Do you want to like try to send a message in? Do you want to try to sneak in? Do you want to send someone up to get him? What do you want to do?
I will cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
And make myself look like Theo.
All right. So you go ahead and link the spell. Spend the spell slot. So first level spell, and you now look like Theo. Okay.
And I will approach the gate and to say, I'm just returning from dinner meeting with friends. I need to return to my quarters.
Of course, paperwork.
Got him.
Got him.
I'm afraid I don't have my papers on me.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, papers, please.
Papers.
Not a deception.
To be fair,
Papers.
Not a deception check.
Hint, hint.
To be fair, Theo would lose his papers quite often. So.
Oh yeah, well that's why he's probably seen you come through here, but he still has to check everyone. He says, "One moment, Theo Sterling, right?"
Yes.
He's getting fragged him with Master.
He looks through his list. He says, "Huh? Aren't you inside already? Didn't you sign in like an hour ago?"
No, I just stepped out for my dinner meeting. I must not have signed out when I left.
Give me a deception check.
Like the lengths we go to like go to our own friends that we would be allowed to. Like it's not.
All right. Well, just make sure you're carrying your papers with you next time.
Of course. I apologize.
All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to show Theo that you could get in.
All right. So yeah, you go inside the building. You see a couple of people in here walking around, talking. You would see several large laboratories with guards, and a stairwell going up, as well as just a bunch of rooms everywhere in here. What do you want to do? This is the main building here, which is actually quite tall. It's about 5 stories.
I am going to first take a listen, see if I can hear Theo's voice coming from anywhere. Probably not, but it's worth a...
You listen around, but you don't think he's anywhere nearby. Give me a d20 roll for events.
Right.
I love this.
I mean, events
Get blamed for
your
anything
guild
he does.
could mean like a lab explodes while he's walking by.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of walking around, keeping an ear out, a young man walks up to you and says, "Theo, Sterling?"
Yes?
Says, I got a response back from that notice you sent out. And he just hands you a scroll with a like a insignia in the wax. He says, I think it came from upstairs.
Ooh.
Well, thank you very much.
He nods and says, yeah, no problem. And he kind of goes
I'll
off
make
to
sure I get this.
deliver more scrolls.
All right. Do I notice anything that if I head up the stairs, I'm trying to find someplace that looks like a dorm or quarters of some kind.
So you don't see anything obvious on the first floor. There's several kind of large open areas down here, along with some laboratories where it looks like some of the artisans are at work on various projects. You do see like a desk area where there's a dwarf sitting there talking to some people. Might be some kind of like information desk or something.
Okay.
But nothing else. There also looks like a kind of like a place where one might have like lunch or dinner, like a little I don't know what it would be called. I don't want to say a kitchen, but like
Cafe.
Yeah, but
Commissary?
not. Yeah, like a smaller cafe, like just a kind of a hangout spot where people are eating, having some mutton and drink.
I am.
Or whatever.
I'm going to.
Most of us carry your own spices or have prestidigitation, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna head
So it's
to
mutton
the
for all.
little cafe area and just find a quiet corner to sit in, and examine the wax seal and see if it's something that I can recreate using my forgery kit.
Yeah, I mean, probably if you had some time and wax.
Read Theo's mail.
You've been spending too much time with Ivor.
You thought Theo was my drinking buddy? Fuck no.
You could probably carefully try to detach it and reattach it, but it would take some skill for sure.
Beldani's got skill.
I will make the attempt.
All right, that would probably be some kind of sleight of hand check. I would assume would be something dex related.
Like, Theo probably wouldn't even care.
Right?
Genuinely, it's
Like,
something
well,
that's
I
like,
mean,
hey, what's it say? This is what it says.
Well, look at how much effort has already gone into sneaking in when Theo would have admitted him like immediately.
Hey, I need
I'm
to
waiting
show off
for him
my
to-
skills somehow.
Right?
I'm just waiting
Beldani,
for him to accidentally stumble into my meeting or something.
yeah, Beldani hooking up with Neil has made him quite adventurous now.
Beldani's got a Beldani, that's all.
Yeah. Alright, so like you kind of sit there looking at it for a moment, using your dagger to very carefully detach the wax seal. And you just unroll it and read it.
Yep.
Alright. Well, it basically says it's addressed to Theo Starling. It talks about some of these steam engine train designs that he's been sending them. It seems like they're very interested in learning more about the dwarven subway tunnels he found, and there's an invitation to come have dinner.
Ooh.
Oh no. Do not take his dinner invitation.
I'm not taking his dinner invitation. That would just be insult to injury.
You just could have dinner as him. Yeah.
Besides, disguise
Wonder
self
why they
only
never got back to me. I don't know. That's weird.
That's the real reason.
disguise self only lasts an hour. So.
Well, you can always recast it later. But yeah,
You have to go to the privy. You have to go to the privy at that very opportunity.
That's basically what it said. You just need some fire, like from a candle or something, to reattach it if you want to try to do that.
All right. Yes.
Or you can
I
just
will
give
do
him his
that.
open letter and be like,
Well,
yeah,
he's
I read
got
it.
forgery. He's got forgery kit. I'm sure he's got like the tools to like melt wax or to like soften the wax or whatever.
Or write a whole different letter.
Or, yeah, write a new letter.
Oh.
You've been rejected. Change it to a
Wait a
rejection
second, did you
letter.
just rub your hands together?
He did.
That's
This plan is up to no good.
that would be very funny, but
That'd be mean.
I know
That
Theo
would be
is
mean.
going to be very excited about his trains, so
Whimsical. All right.
Now I'm
Theo
trying to
finally has a chance to move up in the guild and everything, and Beldani shows up and talks way better in the dinner, making it to where he actually moves up instead
This
of
feels like
sabotaging.
it'd be some kind of movie, like where your your shadow elf friend sneaks in and steals your job offer or something.
Like that
is-
movie where Dave with the American president.
It's
I
like
was
some-
thinking have the message earrings, and it's straight up me whispering technical stuff into his ear while he does all the actual talking.
Like Cyrano.
This is like a '90s movie for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you managed to reseal the letter, and let me shift camera a bit to someone else for a bit.
Sure.
Who else needs to do things today? I think.
Ivor's poking around.
Yeah, Ivor. Well, Ivor has a bunch of secret stuff, which we
Oh,
can't
yeah.
talk about right now. Is there anything that you want to do, Ivor, that I can discuss in front of the group?
Probably keeping it secret where he eats too.
Yeah.
You saw
I don't know.
What do you
Donnie.
eat?
You saw Donnie go to lunch with the cute librarian.
I
true.
may or may not brush my teeth.
Wait, can we go back to that? I wanna see the lunch.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Let's see the Donnie's librarian lunch. Well, yeah. So you would see them leave. Well, I could shift him in a second, but yeah. What else? What else do you want to do, Ivor?
The only other thing that I was going to be doing over the course of the day was checking in at lunch and then again at dinner with Theo's lieutenant, just to see if there had been any progress made on the.
Oh,
Neil?
right, Neil's lieutenant. You mean
Yeah, what did I say?
Theo?
Video.
Hi,
That's
you don't know my lieutenant yet.
Theo is a secret
He said
underworld boss.
he actually is the.
Why'd you just tell everybody? That
leadership
Zombie,
blood
ro-
hand?
it's
Yeah.
zombie robots. It's the queen and the robots.
Theo is secretly leading the blood hand the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he got his prosthetic arm. All right, so you're going to check in with
It's
them.
how I fund my research.
Yep.
So give me a D20 roll.
Bow, bow, ba, dow.
Let's see how
How's
the
it go,
blood
Sam?
hand did.
Yeah.
So they tell you that they're still looking for her, and they haven't found her yet. They thought they knew where she was. She wasn't actually there, so they're trying a couple of other locations.
Okay, and this is for like the lunchtime check-in.
Yes. Also, just so you know. Oh, where'd she go? I was just looking at her. Her name
She's
is
still out of the game.
her name is Shara,
Shara. Okay.
and she
What
is
the-
a shadow elf as well. All right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, not the lieutenant, but the person they're looking for.
Yeah, they're looking for. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Donnie, you have lunch with this woman. She seems like Vivian. She seems interested in why you are here and what you're up to. She will admit she's actually never seen a barbarian within these halls, so she's quite fascinated.
Barbarian or orc or both?
Don't be racist.
Yeah, we would have a nice conversation. I wouldn't reveal too much. I'd regale her with stories of my battles and table smashing, but you know.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sorry, I saw that
Not as
5.
good.
Oh god, that wasn't much better.
You might need to pull out the book to substantiate your story, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. So she's listening. How's your passive insight?
my passive insight is not great. It is a 10.
She seems really into this.
Oh, Low
All stories
DC.
of the Table Smashers, us as a group. Not my history, just the more recent adventures that we've been on.
All right,
couple
so
dragons.
you're kind of just regaling her with the stories of the you said more recent adventures of the group. Is that what you said? Like
Yes.
not the past things. All right.
Yeah. Not the past.
Do you tell her you're a time traveling orc chieftain, or are you leaving
No,
that
no
out?
specifically there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from the past. It's like the orc Doctor Who. Give me another persuasion check at advantage.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, she
Nice.
seems very interested as you start talking about some of the more magical things you've encountered, especially when you tell her.
Dragons and yeah.
Yeah, she's excited and also kind of interested in all these like ruins that you've examined, and she is very interested in your sword, or sorry, your axe.
Yep.
She says, can it talk to me as well, or does it just talk to you?
I don't know. Dumbax, can you talk to her?
No, I can't talk to her. Why are you even asking me that? You know only you can hear me.
You never know. Things change.
Why would that change?
Shut up. I'm
Is
talking
that-
to the.
Does that ever change? So you're just talking out loud now, right? As you,
Yeah, I am. It's totally loud.
So she is kind of laughing at that. And give me another persuasion check at advantage. One more.
Still pretty good.
All right.
Nice.
So yeah, she enjoys talking to you, and you make a kind of contact with her. So you could say that you know Vivian in the capital. Possibly other things can happen if you continue interacting.
Help in finding other books by my author.
Yeah, exactly. She can help you with librarian stuff. Alright. So Beldani, are you actually gonna go look for Theo in this place? Or you more just gonna hang out in the cafe and keep an eye out?
Yes, I am going to look for Theo. But I'm going to try and find a spot that is inconspicuous, where I can drop the illusion, and then I will head to the desk.
Okay.
And ask the dwarf at the desk to if he could point me in the direction of Theo.
Alright, so you approach the desk.
So Theo is asking for directions to his own lab.
No, he dropped
No,
it.
he dropped
the
it.
illusion.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, as you approach the desk, the dwarf says, hello there. I don't think I've seen you around before.
You're not wearing your visitor badge.
No, I'm friends with Master Starling. I was sent to deliver a message, and I will hold up the scroll that had been delivered to me.
Give me a deception check. It says, oh, I see. Are you a dark elf?
No. I originally hail from the Shadowfell, but I grew up in Dorvan, not.
Huh. Interesting. This is, alright, let's see. Theo. Well, I'm assuming you want to get to his room, right? So he is on the 3rd floor, and he gives you a number. He says, you can just go knock on his door, or you can leave the message with me. I'll see that he gets it.
I was asked to deliver this myself, so, but thank you very much for the directions, and I'll head towards the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. So you go up the stairs, you're kind of looking around on this floor, like, where is it? You go down the halls as you're kind of looking around. As you are going down one of the halls, you see a small little flying gyrocopter-like thing. And it's kind of moving towards you. What do you want to do?
I love this place.
That's a drone.
Yeah, there's a little propeller.
I'm just going to keep moving with
I
purpose.
imagine Bill did the same thing that you did whenever he saw it first time. Hand in the chest, like, what the fuck?
But just try and look as though I know where I'm going and what I'm doing.
So it kind of flies up to you and just stops. You just gonna try to walk past it?
I'll just look at it and say, I'm heading to Master Starling's room to deliver a message.
Papers are not presented.
I hold up the message and say, I'm just here to deliver this, that's all.
Papers are not presented. Just says again.
I will use my other ability from Shatterkai Magic and turn invisible and move past it.
Alright, so you kind of go, and as you disappear, it goes, meep, 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 and there's just a loud, like, ringing echoing through the hall. You run down the hallway and probably get to the door just as Theo is looking out, like, what the hell? As Theo, you do hear the loud alarm going off. And you would hear a bunch of footsteps in front of you, which you have probably seen before from invisible creatures.
I'll just push past Theo
You're like, what
into
the?
his
I
room
swing!
and be like, Theo, shut the door.
Okay, he said something.
And you shut the door as the you hear the alarm ringing in the hallway. What do you two want to do?
As soon as I'm in the room, I'll drop the invisibility. Be like, I almost made it. It was only the last few feet that I got caught.
You just need to check in at the front gate. They'll send something, be like, hey, do you know this person? And let you in with a little badge that says, hi, I'm supposed to be here.
Well, this seemed
Did
more
you have
exciting.
fun?
Visitor badge.
I did. I also have a message for you.
Yeah, you would
They
notice in his hand, because he had it out, is a scroll with the signature of one of the higher up, artificers.
Is it
Also,
open or sealed?
I think he resealed it.
I did with
He
a
thinks he resealed it.
19 on my sleight of hand check. So I think I
though
resealed it.
you'd probably be curious why he has it. It seems like it's sealed.
I'll be like, oh, they gave this to me as I walked into the place looking like you.
Yeah, I can see why you did that. Theo's gonna try and rummage through, get some paper or something together to write like a guest badge for him, and make sure it's signed by me.
I was gonna say I have this kit that could help if you need.
I don't need to forge it.
Kit.
I don't need to forge it. I'm a member.
You could, usually you would just go down to the desk downstairs and tell them that he's with you, and they would just give him something.
Yeah, this alarm's gonna give me a headache, and they will kill you. Let's go to the front desk real quick and just...
Well, you don't think they'd kill him, but he probably would get in trouble.
I'm trying to scare him, make sure he doesn't do this again.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna make an insight check against your deception to see if I believe that they would actually kill me.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Aw.
you don't think they would actually kill you.
Exaggerating.
It pisses off a lot of people, and if they know you're the one who made all the
Oh.
sound and connected to me, it's gonna.
I'm sorry. Let's go. We can sort this out. Let's just straighten this out before it gets any more out of hand. I was
Do you
just
wanna
having
walk-
some fun.
Do you want to walk back there looking like me again, just to confuse people?
Well,
There's
unfortunately,
two
I
of you.
can't do that.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
you go back. You would, I assume, just get him registered the right way. Did you tell him why you came here, Beldani?
Oh, not yet.
You just kind of broke in and set off a bunch of alarms.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Be busy with shenanigans.
Did you see one of the little security drones?
Shenanigans are priorities.
Yeah.
I did see the security drone. That's what blew my cover.
Yeah, I'm working on making one, except way bigger.
Or go ahead.
Just Theo. The whole reason I came here was, and I'll pull out the little silver vial. I acquired this, and I was hoping that between the two of us, we might be able to reverse engineer how this, shall we say, magic sleeping poison works.
I'm not great with poison, but I'm great with magic, alchemy, and I can boost you up while studying it.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
It will have to wait till. Well, no, I can just push off the looking for my research for a day and help you out with that. Are you good at research?
Not terribly. I mean, I can help, but
No, it's okay. I'm going to be here for a few days,
Yeah,
maybe
so
a week.
you think it would probably take a work day to try to reverse engineer this this poison, but you think it's doable for sure. It would. Do you have alchemy? I forget.
I have expertise with alchemy.
Okay, so yeah, you could probably,
Expertise with every artisan tool.
you
but,
could probably help with that then.
Awesome.
So this might be a good stopping point. We're
There
at
is no
8:30.
good stopping point.
Getting MVP votes from some people, so yeah, why don't we do MVP, and I'll get to some of you offline with the secretive stuff, and I have to figure out how the spell book would be priced. Is there now? I forget. Didn't you say there were specific spells you were asking about?
Yeah, I have a pretty short list of
All right.
spells.
So if you have that list, I'll take a look at it and come back to you with what a price might be for them.
Okay, I'll DM it too.
All right. So looks like oh no, with 3 votes, almost a tie, but Beldani squeaks it out.
Congrats.
thanks everybody.
Donnie
For
was
getting laid,
close
you get
second,
MVP.
breaking into the place.
Oh man, that was wonderful to see.
I
Just sitting there,
mean,
like, I wonder when something's gonna
Breaking
pop up. And catch
into the place.
Wait, is there an? Do I get an actual name written on the scroll, or is that determined
I
later?
can get you something for that. I don't have it on me.
Okay.
Go to bed, folks. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a good
Have a
night.
good night.
Okay.
Have a night, Greg.
Donnie finds a great book on something, title deleted for now.
Yeah, I like that. Good night, you guys.
I'm Bear Lady again. Bear Lady again.
Hell yeah. Oh. So, still got 2, 3. No, I've put 2 days into this because I finished the workday for today.
Yeah.
1.5 days left.
All right, well, good night, everyone. See you next week.
No.
Oh! I gotta give you the cave moss, too. Yeah, Lou, with that cave moss, do you think that would be a special type of poison? Or it would just...
It could probably be made into nature components. I don't know if that would be a poison. I'd have to remember
Well-
where the cave moss came from.
It was at where we thought the Draco Liches or Undead Dragon's Horde was. It had the warning in Draconic there. Donnie touched the moss and it made his hand swell up. So Thea was like, oh, I'm definitely collecting some of this.
Yeah, so I think that was. Did I give you a gold piece value?
No, you just said vial of cave moss.
All right. 'Cause that would
700.
definitely be a rare herb.
I was thinking trying to make something, seeing as how it made Donnie's hand swell up, something that we could use for potentially
be.
paralysis or
Yeah,
shoot
contact
somebody in
poison
the neck
poison.
to make their neck swell up.
So it'd probably be about 300 gold pieces of rare herbs, which could be used to make a couple different things or made into components. But I'd have to get back to you on that.
Alright, all 300 gold rare herb.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll
300
make
gold
sure to
pieces
mark
worth.
it on there. Alright, I have that set in. Awesome. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you too. All right.